Discord up is the next question. There we go. Looks like everything is up. Let's go ahead and get Discord up for me. That's not the right thing. You'd think after over 3 months I'd already be a professional, but here I am making mistakes. Oh my goodness, wait, what happened? That's an OBS. Oh, hydrate or dihydrate right at the beginning, PP, seriously? Oh my goodness, you're silly. Hold on, let me get the Discord set up first. I need to make sure everything's looking alright. Stream starting now. Oh my goodness, and we already have raiders? I wasn't expecting all this. Hello. Well, welcome on in, raiders. It is from Chatty Maddie. Hi, Chatty Maddie, with your raiders. Welcome on in. And hello, Bobicus. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. There was a sippy earlier, so here's your sippy. I'm being good, even though it's so chilly. I'm still having some nice fresh water. You sneak in. Nice. Well, hello, everybody. Today's kind of a more quiet, relaxed day. I'll be honest, the anxiety and depression were kind of getting me a little bit earlier today, but I'm happy to be here and hanging out with you guys, and we'll have a nice fun stream, and I'll get to hang out and read your guys' story, and we'll get to talk and hang out. I think it'll be a nice way to end the day. I'm excited for that. The Schwipple. No, it's an I. Schwippy. It's just gonna get more and more elaborate as time goes on. It's just gonna end up being multiple lines of gibberish. Hi, Crimson, it's good to see you too. So, let's go ahead and look at our story submissions here. Let's see, the earliest ones that are still here is Blub with their Marauders fanfic. So if Blub's in tonight, go ahead and let me know. You were fixing book 3 today. I had to add a character from book 1 and redo chapter 2, book 3 to foreshadow her. Yeah. You're working with so many, like, multiple books. You're working with, like, a very large plot, so sometimes those edits and going back in and making sure everything's is lining up right. That's a lot of hard work. Huge props to you, Chad and Maddie, for tackling that. That is some hard edits. I thought my screen was glitching. Bobicus, I thought my screen was glitching. I'm like, oh no, is it my bad eyesight since I'm not wearing my glasses? But no, genuinely, how did you do that? That text font, that's crazy. You're also making sure everything is consistent between the books too. And that's some hard edits, you know? So I always talk positively of you. I'm like, man, like Chatty Maddie's doing the work. Chatty Maddie's like really getting, because a lot of authors, once they finish a script or they do even just 1 or 2 rounds of self-editing, they're like, I am done, I am burnt out. And I'm like, Chatty Maddie's like on hard mode. Chatty Maddie's here, like doing the multiple books and doing the drafts and doing the edits between all 3 books at once. That is a level of writing and editing that I don't think I certainly couldn't do it. I'll be fully upfront. I can't do that. Hi, when can I buy this book you have on the screen? It looks great. It looks so fancy. There's even sometimes secret messages, as you can see here. So it's a very elite book that the public has been raving about. You know, once you decode the messages within, it's been there's not even 1 page here. It's been a labor of love. For purchase at your local bookstore. Oh my god. Which actually, so some of my newer raccoons here might not be aware because they weren't here during November, but I was working on that what I've hesitantly been calling the 3 Little Witches story, that I was like, oh, it's kind of a script for like a three episodes, animated episodes, and I was talking about that and some stuff going on behind the scenes, so I was finishing that up. Because, and I've been talking with like storyboard artists and getting some stuff in the works. It is a very expensive project to do animation, even with like shorts and whatnot. So I am pivoting because I do want to invest in the story. It is a story I'm very proud of, but I am pivoting, and what I think will be a first step before getting like animations, even like animated shorts or a trailer or anything like that. I think what I'm gonna do first is actually rework the script to be for a comic, a web comic first, because it is a story that I feel is more visual than what I normally do, which is novel writing. I feel really strong in my head. I'm like, this is a visual thing. So rather than doing full animation, I think the step before that is I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna rework the script, get it ready for a comic, and then if there's, and just like focus and save up some money for like a chapter or two of a comic, right? And then if that's does well, then I'll keep doing the comic, and if there's enough interest and it can become a thing after a comic, then I'll save up and try to get like some animated trailer or something, or some animated shorts done. But I think that's what I'm gonna pivot to. Some people were asking like, oh, how's the update on your storyline you were working in November? That's kind of the update there. I'm pivoting a little bit. We also split book 3 into 2 because it was too crowded. That's a good thing to be aware of. So Medea and the Wicked One are the main antagonists of book 3, and the Wicked One and your zombie demon necromancer lady for book 4. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. I already love the idea of a zombie demon necromancer lady. That is... I'm the target audience for that. Whatever that is, I'm the target audience. Also happy for you on the class, Cryptid. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, for all the raccoons. I've been enjoying hanging out with you guys and giving critiques and trying to do all that. And everyone seems interested and actually, like, for some reason cares about what I have to say. And I've mentioned before, doing streaming, having an audience like this does, surprisingly, even really quickly, can impact your life. And this has impacted my life in the way it's kind of pushed me forward, that I am enrolled in a developmental editing course. So that way, over time, when I'm done with it, I can maybe even give better feedback. I can give more precise feedback with maybe better words. Sometimes I do give feedback and critique, but I struggle to explain it with the correct terminology. And I think maybe after this class, I can, one, be more precise and use better terminology to explain the fixes I'm suggesting. So I'm really excited for that. I hope it will allow me to give better critiques for you guys in the future. But it's something I'm really excited about. I've only started like the first little beginning module 1 of the course, but already I really like it. It's been really fun. The zombie demon necromancer lady has heavy ties to the backstory for both Barry's family backstory and Sunreal's backstory. Nice. You can't wait to go home, Aaron? Have you mentioned before what kind of job do you have? Is it like a customer service job? Because yeah, every time I work customer service, I am ready. You're on vacation and you got a crappy twin bed. No. Is it bad? So many of my vacations, I'm like, I just want to stay home. I'm a homebody. I don't actually really like going out and doing too many things for too long. I'm like, what do you want to do in your free time? I'm like, I want to be at home. I want to be in my bed. I want to be in my comfy pajamas. I want to have my shitty TV shows on in the background. That's why it's even the joke of like, oh, you come back from vacation and now you need a vacation for your vacation. It's tiny and hard and uncomfortable. Aaron, I'm so sorry. That is the absolute worst. Is there like anyone you're on vacation with that you could switch with? Is anyone willing to switch? I don't know. Subaru saleswoman? What? Yeah, oh, okay, about Aaron, okay. Yeah, I sell Subarus. Oh, no one's willing to switch. I'm so sorry. It's all couples. Oh, that's always fucking rough. Yeah, if you're like the person who's more like, I'm assuming that you're single because you're on the crappy little twin bed, and everyone else is couples, so they get the bigger beds. Oh, it's never a fun dynamic. It's never a fun dynamic. Yep, and you're the only single Pringle, so they gave you the shitty twin bed. I am so sorry. I'm sorry, in your case, I would have just not gone. just call me out. Nope, I'm not doing it. But yeah, the original book 3 shafted Medea, so the new one focuses on her to give her a satisfactory ending. Nice, nice. You can feel the springs. Honestly, I regret it. I'm so sorry. Is it at least during the day? Are you doing cool vacation stuff? Are you seeing any cool sights? Are you doing any cool touristy things? I'm so sorry, but yeah, in general, that's always such a sucky situation. If you ever, for any one of my raccoons, if you ever realize you're the one lone, what you call single Pringle, and everyone else in the group is couples, and you know there's gonna be one shitty bed, you know the couples are gonna give you the shitty bed. It's just what happens. I just don't even bother. Just either get your own accommodation and just hang out with the other couples during the day. Nope, it's a negative wind chill? Oh my god, so you're not even having fun during the day because it's so fucking cold? Dear god. Aaron, yeah, you should have just... I'm so sorry, you should have just bailed. It's negative 17 right now. Dear god. Sleep in your mom's living room so I get woken up a lot. Sleep is a dream for me. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Oh, my poor raccoons. Wait, that's in Celsius. What's negative 17 degrees in Celsius and Fahrenheit? It's still really fucking cold, right? All I need to, I'm from here in Central Florida, okay? Like, if you just say it's cold, I believe you. It's 1 degree. Get your fucking cold out of here. I ain't doing it. Is it bad? I could already sense in my heart. You know, like if you guys are in couples, how like someone will always come and they'll have the cold feet. And it's the cold feet of doom and they'll like warm it up against you. For one, that's always me in relationships because I'm fucking cold. So I'm that evil person who will put my cold feet against you in a relationship. But in my head, I could just picture, I'm like, dear God, Aaron will have the most cold ass feet. Get them away from me. I don't want it. It's so chilly. Oh no. Aaron, I'm so sorry. And it's more fucking snow. Hi, what? It's good to see you. It's colder than my freezer. You're over the goddamn fucking snow and ice. I feel ya. You're in Florida? No, none of the Floridians know how to fucking deal with it. We are all like fucking chilly willy. I do have, for the oldest ones, I haven't heard from Blub yet. There is, whichever is Kay, who did Tales of the Teal Mountain Sect. That's our other one. That's the oldest on the backlog here. So if anyone here in the chat wrote Tales of the Teal Mountain Sect, that is you. You would be up first. Speak now, or, well, not forever hold your peace. But like for at least a few minutes hold your peace. And apparently there was a pipe that burst in DC, so there's gonna be frozen sewage. And then if you're, this was a while ago, this isn't like hot news, but remember a while ago when there were those people trying to unionize at an Amazon warehouse, and so they were like out there just peacefully like protesting and trying to unionize outside the Amazon warehouse because they had such horrible working conditions at Amazon warehouses. So the Amazon warehouse started spilling their raw sewage on the protesters. Like they opened up the pipes and they were letting the raw sewage fall on the people trying to unionize outside the Amazon warehouse. Remember all that? And that was a thing that happened. And yeah, it was super, super cold. So it wasn't like frozen, but it was like really, really chilly. It could have been like dangerous. My heat is on high to the point I have 2 fans on. The high here tomorrow is going to be 15. Dear God. And that's when you just get, we're really liking just having a little heat fan. Because, like, again, you don't need to heat up your whole house. You just kind of need to heat up wherever you are. And then the animals will, like, follow you. If you have pets, they'll just hang out with you. So we just have, like, a heat fan on in the living room when we're out here. That's been keeping us. We're pretty happy with that. Sounds like a certain Cheeto needs to focus on infrastructure than conquering. Oh my god, yeah. The high when I go home is gonna be 22. Has nothing to do with Trump. It's just... That's DC's mayor? I forget if it was in DC or not. I forget what area it was in that those Amazon warehouse workers were trying to unionize, and the Amazon warehouse was just spilling raw sewage on them. Fucking terrible. But anyway, I haven't heard from Tales of the Teal Mountain Sect, so then the next one is it 10? Tenebrew? And just? There's one called Tristan. Did I already do that one? Am I crazy? Fair but DC. Okay, it was DC. DC is still nuts for that. And then if 10 isn't here, then it's Lambda with Jumping Jack Flash Chapter 2. U.S. infrastructure is ass. Yeah, have you ever seen Central Florida? Central Florida is crazy. It's something like, I think some of Florida's highways are some of the most dangerous highways in all of the U.S. And then if you guys ever look at, like, highways in the U.S., they are not very safe. They're not very well thought out. And, like, Florida has some of the most, like, deadly of the highways. And if you're ever in, like, Orlando and you ever drive on our streets, you're like, ow! There's literally, they've updated in the past, like, year or two. There's some of the highways and the off-ramps in Orlando. And it literally feels, I've described this to Mom Cryptid, it feels like there was an intern who studied how to make roller coasters for, like, Disney and like Universal, and they had such horrible, unsafe ideas that Disney and Universal didn't hire them. And then the little intern was like, shit, I have all these ideas for how to make, like, crazy roller coaster, like, infrastructure. Who's gonna hire me? Disney and Universal didn't. Fuck, what am I gonna do? And then there was, like, a bid to design roads in Orlando. And like, nobody else wanted to do the bid. And the little intern was like, it's my time to shine. And designed these crazy, like, blind turn, tunnel, loop-de-loop, spinema things. In Orlando for some of these off-ramps. It's horrible. Over some lakes too, so if you go too fast, and like, there were literally people, their cars were flying off it, and going into a lake, into this, like, ditch lake and stuff, like. And every time we went by it, when they did it, it was, because it's like, the off-ramp is like this big, hold on, let me see, excuse me, mouse, it's like this big loop-de-loop spiral to get onto the off-ramp to go into the normal road. It's this loop-de-loop that you're spiraling down. So it's like a really tight one, so it's like you're blind for most of it. You only see a little bit ahead of you, and then you're on the off-ramp. Then you're onto the normal road. Orlando, how do you make the city like Disney World? Dude, Disney World is like its own city. Its own city. Pee-pee. 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 Don't ever insult Disney architecture, infrastructure like that again. It is more than just a city. That's what downtown Disney is. That's a city. That's a city. A small fraction of it is a city. Disney World is fucking huge. It's fucking huge. Do you not? Disney World is like its own little city. It's like multiple cities. It's its own like world. It's its own fucking thing. Disney is a mouse-worshipping kingdom. It's a money-worshipping kingdom, first of all. If there was ever a time in the future where the mouse mascot was not making money, you know for sure they would goddamn pivot, and they would do some other little icon there that would make them money. Some may say it's a Disney World. There we go. If you guys are in California, you guys have Disneyland? You guys have Disneyland in California? Isn't it something crazy that all of Disneyland fits into Epcot's parking lot in Disney World? It's like fucking insane. You guys do not understand the size, the scale of Disney World. It is, I say this as a Disney kid, and we, even when I was a little Massachusetts cryptid, I was a baby kid in Massachusetts, we would save up for all year, 2 years, to have a trip down in Disney World, right? But like, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, Disney, like, land fits into like a parking lot of one of the places here in Disney World. Not even like, it's not like the parking lot for all of Disney World, because there's so many different sections. It's like Epcot. It's just one of those sections. The parking lot for Epcot. That's what Disneyland can fit into. Future archaeologist, and we have uncovered a kingdom in what used to be Florida. We believe they worshipped a mouse god. Hey, that's my favorite blue cryptid. Oh! Thank you, Ten. You're actually on the list. You're on the list today. Do you want your stuff read tonight? Isn't the land not even owned by Disney in Orlando? Isn't the land not even owned by Disney in Orlando? I'm not sure what Disney does or doesn't own. If you're talking about laws and like how much of a say Disney has a huge fucking say in anything happening in Florida. Disney has huge sway here. Disney kind of, no one's gonna go up against Disney. No one's got that the budget, and there's gonna be if anyone goes up against Disney in Florida, like politics wise, there's gonna be a special little mouse tool that's gonna put a little red dot on your forehead, and when a certain mouse pulls the trigger, your head's not gonna be there no more. No one's gonna go up against Disney. So I'm not sure like what they physically own, like land-wise, outside of Disney. If you're talking about the Orlando area, I'm not sure if they own any of Orlando's property. But you're talking about the sway, like the power they have. Can I owns the state of Florida and calls it Mickey? Oh my goodness. Let's see here. So yeah, it went Tales of the Teal Mountain Sect. And then, yeah, Teneba, there's Tristan. That's the one I'm looking at for you, Ten. It's that thing on my jig. It's a bot. It's the bot. Oh no. Hold on. Wait. Did I do it? There we go. Tristan, yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this guy on up. You guys have been listening to me yap all day. Let's go. Let's go, Google Docs. Okay. So the normal disclaimers here. Oh, this is a second draft. Nice. Okay. He was inspirational too. So one, this is a script for a comic. At least I'm assuming so. It looks like it. That's normally what you do here. So for anyone here, any of my raccoons viewing, this is a script for comics. 10 is both the script writer and also the artist, and if you guys are on the Discord, you'll actually see a link to their art account, which is very, very cool. They're a very talented artist. So one, we're looking at a script rather than normal prose writing for like a novel or a short story, and two, there is the translation, right? It's from French to English. So that's why sometimes if I point out like particular words or phrasings where it's a little wonky or a little funny, sometimes in the natural French it will sound correct. I'll point it out anyways just in case. Always a comic. Okay. All hail the comic world. Yeah. Actually, Ten, I don't know if you were on here earlier. I was talking about pivoting from going from animation and investing so heavily into animation, which is expensive, to at first pivoting. I want to do a short, at least a chapter, a few pages of a comic for my Three Little Witches story. And actually, I think part of that inspiration is maybe even subconsciously, I'm like, oh yeah, like we've seen comic scripts, we've seen Ten's like work here. I wonder if even subconsciously you kind of inspired me to pivot to a comic format rather than straight out the gate pursuing the animation format. So in that case, look at you go. Thank you so much for being such a cool person here and showing us your scripts on screen. So page 1, panel 1. It's a long shot. A cemetery with several visitors framed by the silhouette of the church steeple. It is raining. So long shot, is it like a wide frame? Like it's looking at the whole, it's like a wide angle. We're getting a big picture. We're seeing the cemetery, we're seeing visitors, and it's framed by the church steeple. It is raining. Caption says this is 1821. Ooh, very cool period for clothing at that time. It's like a picture from far away. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding it right, because sometimes in everyday English, when we're talking, if something's a long shot, it means it's like almost unachievable. You have like a 1% chance of doing it. That's why I'm like, I think this is like a wide camera shot. But again, this is your own directions. That doesn't need to be fixed. It's fine. So 1821, pastor says, "The Lord is my shepherd." Caption: Tristan. Death brings kin much closer, but splits the close ones. Death brings kin much closer, but splits the close ones. So, frame 2 here is a close-up of a man who is Tristan, that was who was just talking, observed the deceased Sarah, while the family members talk amongst themselves. Caption for Tristan again: Kins are full of lies. No, they failed. A life is worth in death forsaken breath, whereas a friend, a love, a husband. So again, it's hard to tell if it's the translation error here. Some of the wording here is a little wonky, but let's just go on. I'll continue reading it, and then we'll go back to that. Pastor says, "From the depths I cry out to you." Now we're in a flashback. It is in black and white, so I'm assuming this was all in color. But the flashback is in black and white. Tristan dances with Sarah. Each wears a ring on their left ring finger. And the caption says 1811, so 10 years earlier. Sarah: "You told me you weren't the dancer type, and here we are." Tristan: "It's because I'm a romantic one." Sarah: "And what am I to conclude from that?" They devour each other with their eyes. There's silence, and then they kiss. We return to the present in color. Yep, so I was right, so the first part's in color. Tristan burst into tears in front of the tomb. No one else is present. Hands suddenly rest on his shoulder. It's Daphne? Am I reading that right? I think it's Daphne. They embrace. Caption is Tristan: "Why am I so weak?" Oh, is there something happening here with Daphne? Oh no. Flashback again, in black and white. A teenage Tristan blushes at the sight of Daphne, grasping the arm of her former husband, who wears an eagle ring on his index finger. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. Let's see here. Ooh, you guys, I might be getting chicken nuggets tonight. Sorry, that's unrelated. Let's continue. I was really excited to get the notification. Mama Cryptid might be getting me chicken nuggets as a treat. Oh, that's so nice. This caption is 1792. Okay, so that makes sense for him being a teenager, because it's even earlier. Tristan: "Why couldn't she remain a sweet memory?" On the balcony, Tristan kisses Daphne while Sarah sleeps. Caption reads 1812 for that scene. Okay. Why did I succumb? At first I was like, wait, is this still when they're teenagers? Is he already married to Sarah? But no, this is in 1812. This is a few years later. This makes sense. Illuminated by a fire, both under a blanket on the sofa, a ring is placed on the coffee table. Tristan asked why. So in this section here, it says both under a blanket on the sofa. I'm unsure if it's, I think it means Tristan and Daphne. It's a little ambiguous. It could mean Tristan and Sarah. You as the artist, right, this is your own script for you, so you know, so it's not a needed fix. But if you were ever doing scripts for like other artists, or you were like sharing it, this would be a good thing to clarify. Yes, it's Tristan and Daphne. Okay. Ring is placed on the coffee table. Tristan asked why. Tristan! You're a dirty, rotten cheater. Oh my goodness. Long shot in color, apartment window. This is page 3. Caption is now 1821, which scrolling back up, I believe is, yeah, it's current day with the wife being dead. Overview. Inside this apartment, the bed, the kitchen, and the living room are all one room. Oh, okay. Daphne and Tristan are standing at the entrance, luggage in hand. Daphne says, "Thank God, I've been dreaming of this." Daphne is relaxing in bed. She is smiling. Daphne says, "Comfy. Come here, it's comfy." It's a little like too. Tristan wanders around without paying attention to Daphne. He sits down on a chair. Point of view is of Tristan looking at his ring. Daphne scrutinizes him, perplexed. Now we're at page 4. It's now a long shot at night of the apartment. And close up, Daphne sleeps. This panel and the following one are in a nebulous shape until Daphne wakes up. Deep in her dream, her former husband holds her by the throat. His eagle ring is visible on her index finger. She has a black eye. His eagle ring is visible on her finger. She's wearing her former husband's ring. She has a black eye. Caption says 1811, and the former husband says, "Your complaints disgust me just as much as your strutting around disgust me." Should the caption... This is just an idea. Oh, it's just the translation. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, the caption is referencing this is in the past. This is her life with her former husband here. But it sounds like it's also this dreamscape, right? It's deep in her dream. She's dreaming of stuff that happened with her former husband. I'm wondering... It's not a fix yet, I'm just thinking in my head. I'm wondering if then the caption should be like dream or memory of 1811. Just to clarify that. Maybe it doesn't need that clarification. I'm going to think about it for a second while I keep reading. Jump 2. She's having dinner with this man in an open-air cafe, because I'm not going to say that right. But she sees 2 figures dancing. Or maybe no caption. That's true, and letting it be obscure. Because it seems like you're going to do a different shape. It's going to be a different art style to show the fact that it's a dream. So maybe it doesn't need a caption. Yeah, I'll think about it. It's going to be in the back of my head while I keep reading this. So she's having dinner with this man, her former husband, in the open-air cafe, but she sees 2 figures dancing. It's Tristan dancing with Sarah. Close-up, Tristan smiles as he looks at Sarah. And then Daphne's here. She admires Tristan out of the corner of her eye. Her former husband then says, "Look at them one last time before I gouge your eyes out." She wakes up. She notices that Tristan is no longer in bed, and the door opens. Page 6. This is Tristan. He is wearing boots stained with mud, shovel in hand. Hi, Lambda. A goop? What's happening that you're saying a goop for? A goo to you too. Well, it's good to see you. I think if I keep streaming long enough tonight, I think your stuff is actually on the list to be read soon. Daphne says, "Honey." He takes off his coat. He puts down his shovel. She asks, "What are you doing at this hour?" He puts an object in the bedside table drawer. Tristan doesn't say anything. He lies down next to Daphne. She stares at him even though his back is to her. Oh boy, you get to see the tale of Blue really start. I'm actually quite proud of chapter 2. Oh, that's great news, Lambda. That's awesome. So now page 7. The morning rays illuminate the apartment. Daphne is cooking. Tristan in bed stares at the ceiling. Daphne looks at the bedside table. Tristan. When dead be living in thought, we have no thought for living. I'm guessing this is said out loud. That's what it looks like. That's the dialogue he says. She turns her gaze towards Tristan. Pardon? Tristan then says nothing. She cuts her eggs in half in her pan. Daphne says, "Remember to go. Work awaits you." Tristan says, "Awaits me?" "Yes, awaits me." Page 8. Panel 1. Daphne cleans the apartment without Tristan present. She looks at the bedside table again. She opens the drawer. She finds a bottle of vitriol. Her eyes are wide at this discovery. She goes out. Wondering if the goes out scene is necessary. Page 9. Long shot in the cemetery. Tristan, "No, I don't have any flowers." Close up, a crow perched on a funeral fence. Tristan says, "Next time then?" Close up, a statue of a lamenting angel. "Next time?" Haha. Close up, a mound of earth with a shovel stuck on top of it. Tristan says nothing, but we get a close-up of Sarah's tombstone. Tristan says yes. Yes. Really, on a 5-stream streak. Oh my goodness, thank you for hanging around with me so long. 5 doses of blueba. You guys, I guess Mama Cryptid heard me when I was like talking a lot and we were talking about the blueba and stuff. Now everyone's favorite blueba. So now Mama Cryptid has started referring to, oh yeah, you gotta go on stream and stuff. You're everyone's favorite blueba. You gotta go be a blueba on stream. And I'm like, Mama Cryptid, no. Why does Mama Cryptid only ever remember like the weird sexy stuff? I'm just a nice friendly cryptid talking about writing on stream. Why does Mama Cryptid always gotta make it weird? I don't understand. Anyway, that's the new thing Mama Cryptid's been saying. Maybe here, this is just a quick suggestion. It's not like a hard edit or anything. I'm wondering if Tristan could say like some more things besides just yes, yes. I'm wondering if maybe he could say like yes, of course, or make it sound like he's actually like talking to her. Like just having a little bit of a different thing here. Instead of yes and then repeating yes, being like yes, of course, or yes, you're right. Make it sound like he's responding back to her a little bit more clearly. That's just a first note. Page 10. Panel 1. Hidden under the shade of a tree, out of sight, Tristan dances with the corpse of Sarah. His head rests in the hollow of the putrid neck. And then Tristan says, next time. And this is almost the entire page here. I think this will be a fucking fantastic. This will be a fantastic page right here, having this whole panel take up the page for this shot. This is going to be an amazing scene right here. It's for the page turner. Sorry, I had to step away for a sec. Mom got in one of her moods. Oh, good chatty Maddie. We'll see you in a little bit next time. Don't you worry. I really like this page here. I'm really excited. I think this is a great... Sometimes you have to plan really well of how much each scene's going to take up in a page. I think this is a really good shot to take up the whole page. I think this is right. Is this part of another story, or is it like its own thing? Most of the stuff 10 gives is normally its own standalone short comics, but if it is part of something else, let us know. I think they're asking, is it part of a series? Is it in the same world as any of the other projects you submitted? It's just short comics. Yeah, it's okay, it's standalone. So this is its own little standalone project. Is this a part 2? Not that I'm aware of. I think it's its own little standalone thing here. So page 11. Daphne is in a hurry. She catches sight of Tristan. She says, honey, and she hurries towards him. They hug. Where, just to clarify, where are they in page 11? Are they in the apartment? Are they in the park? Okay, yeah, it is standalone. Because it just says she's in a hurry. I'm just wondering where she is. Just so I have a clear idea. She hurries towards him. They hug. Daphne asks, is everything all right? Tristan smiles. And Tristan says, I couldn't be better. Was there a problem? Finally, Daphne hides the vitriol. No, nothing. No, I wanted to see you. It's not something to be sorry about. It's not just you. I've noticed a lot of raccoons. It's not even just here on chat. Sometimes also on Discord. Sometimes you guys like apologize for stuff, and I'm like, it's okay. You guys aren't in trouble. I don't know why you guys are saying sorry. I wonder if that's part of like our generation's internet culture. Sometimes we feel really guilty about stuff, or I feel bad about stuff. So we're like, oh, I gotta apologize. This is something bad, and I'm like, nothing bad happened. You guys are all good. It's in the street. Okay, so I'm guessing it's in the street between their apartment and the cemetery. Okay. So Daphne hides the vitriol and she says, no, nothing. No, I want to see you. Page 12, long shot. At night, the couple's apartment. Daphne wakes up. Tristan is absent. Long shot. She scans the apartment. The shovel and boots have disappeared. Oh, it's a Canadian thing saying sorry. Land, you made a 3-stream streak? Oh my goodness, thank you for hanging around with me so long. I'm always amazed at everyone coming up and showing up just to hang out and listen to me yap for a while. I think it's so nice and amazing. She puts on her coat. Hand in his pocket, no vitriol. She opens the door that leads outside. I think this is this another just translation error? Is she checking her coat? Hands in her coat, there's no vitriol. She opens the door that leads outside. Page 13. And that's a very common thing with translation. You wish you weren't French for real. Her pocket, yeah. No, it's all good. I think that's a common thing with especially from like French or the other like romantic romance languages, because you guys have the your objects have like a gender, for lack of a better way of phrasing it. Like a table might be like used like a female stuff, and like a coat might be this, and so sometimes when it translates over to English, it will add in those different gender or sex tags to objects, and that can be a little wonky thing. I've been practicing Quiz Bowl again to get sharp with trivia. Yeah, you mentioned that in the Discord. I'm kind of rusty, but I'm already improving. Lambda, that's fucking awesome. Goal is to end up on Jeopardy someday? Oh my goodness. Then you'll have to we'll have to like wear something to represent, that way we know it's you. You have to wear like a little raccoon t-shirt or something, that way we know who to root for on Jeopardy. Thank you. Is tonight the night for my story? I'm not quite sure. I'll check right after we're done with this one. I'll see who's up next. Yes, and you did wordplay in French that didn't translate well. That's why I say sometimes you can keep whatever your dialogue is in the French one, but having somebody just to help or look it over, just like this here in stream, to help with the English translation, just to help you get everything sorted out. Because otherwise, I feel like I'm not trying to change or edit your stuff in the French. It's just helping the translation issues, right? Just getting that little thing over. You know, you're after Lamba and 10 for sure. Trying to, yeah, I had to check where everyone is. So she finds no vitriol. She opens the door that leads outside. Daphne, illuminated by her lantern, advances in the dark. Hello. Hi, Mama Cryptid. Thank you so much. Did you guys have a good meeting? A good event? I heard you won the archery.
I did. I won the championship.
That's awesome.
Yay!
Did she make all the other archers cry?
No.
Oh.
I have a half box of munchkins that actually.
Oh, there's munchkins too?
It was a donut shoot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, people are saying hi, Mama Cryptid. If you guys hear me chewing, it's just because I just got my little chicky nugget treat. Hold on a second. Did she outshoot the goddess Artemis? No, wait, you can't compare us to gods and goddesses, remember? Then we'll get cursed. We'll get cursed. Come on, Cryptid, the Blueba told us all about you. So, illuminated by her lantern, advances in the dark. She notices dirty boot prints. Facing a funeral gate, she moves forward. A mound of earth, a shovel. She advances above the hole, whose empty vitriol runs along the side. So the empty bottle of vitriol runs along the side. Page 14, full panel. Tristan, pale greenish, embraces Sarah. Both of them dead. Oh, this is another great use. I feel at the full panel, full page panel. You're prettier than Aphrodite. Oh my god, no! Banned. Get out of here. What is the tone indicator for curse? A lady got turned to a spider when she said she was a better seamstress than Athena. Yeah, see? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Oh yeah, Luna Tuna Fish is hanging out with us. You're a bit worried some of these things will be hard to convey visually. I have seen on their account some of their artwork. Yeah, we even have a little sneak peek here. Some of the sneak peek. I think the individual shots, especially the full page ones, I can very clear since I keep being dead. He's pale, since he's pale greenish and the vitriol bottle's right there in the previous scene. I think we'll get it. I think it's an okay thing. I think this will be good. You have 2 full page shots here if I was keeping track right. I think they'll both been awesome. I think you chose really good spots to do the full panel pages. Oh no. Sorry, I'm chewing. I try not to let the reader be confused, but I don't want to take... Yeah, you don't want to, like, handhold them either. No. I think this is a pretty good balance. Especially with the... He's greenish, he's embracing Sarah, he's in the grave. The empty vitriol bottle is right there along the grave. I think they'll get it. Especially with the context of, like, everything else he's been doing. I think we'll get it. So this is 14 pages. But also, first of all, I was saying earlier, and I said the thing at the time, I'm like, oh, there's interesting clothing in this time period. It'll be super cool. Look at this. Look at this already. You're already looking at the clothing from the time period. I'm excited to see you draw the clothes from this time period. It will look cool. So I feel like mostly any critiques I do here, it's just going to be the line. Oh my goodness. A moth in the archive. Hello, raiders. Welcome on in. Did you guys have a good stream? Hello. Did you guys have a good stream? What were you guys up to? Welcome on in. Right now, if you hear any chewing noises, I'm so sorry. I just got a little treat of chicky nuggies, so I'm reading this and talking, but I'm also having a little snack sometimes. But yeah, what are you guys up to? How was your stream? You must eat dinner, but I hope you have a great stream. Thank you so much, Moth. It's so nice. Thank you for raiding. What are you having for dinner? Oh, right now I was just saying I'm having some chicken nuggets. Are any concepts from your developmental editing course popping out to you after reading 10 screenplay? Well, again, I'm still in the beginning part. Right now, the first part of the course is actually talking about dissecting what the difference is between a full developmental edit versus a little critique page. I'm forgetting the words right now. Thank you so much for the follow, and hey, welcome to Cryptid Cult. I hope you have fun hanging out with us here. So right now it's dissecting what the different services are. Hey, Mama Cryptid. You look super cute. And look at that waistline. It's turning crazy. Oh, was today syllabus day? It was the first like page is syllabus day, but right now we're talking about what are the different aspects, what are the different things you can do with a developmental critique. Is it just a little one-page summary doing a little things, and what would you use it for? Like a one-page little summary critique would be for more experienced writers who can take very broad like notes about that and then go back and apply it to all their scenes. But a full in text, in line, going through every single page and marking things up, developmental edit, right? That would be for more writers who need that hand holding, who need every single instance of that mistake pointed out to them. That way they can just go in and fix it. So yeah, right now it's just talking about the different functions of the services of a developmental editor. That was what was in my course today. Reading and critiquing are microfictions, 350 to 250 word stories, which we write to a prompt every week. Oh, so you guys are a full writing group doing reading and critiquing. Yes, well, if you guys like reading and critiquing, that is exactly what we do here most of the time. I have all my raccoons, they can submit their stories as long as it is not generative AI and it's not too spicy or sexy or smutty or anything. And then I read it here on screen and I give critiques and feedback for it, like a little writing partner. Wait, what is a developmental editor? That is a very good question. Another bunch of 50 questions. I got 41 of 50 right. Lambda, that's fantastic. You're already getting there. You were over here like you were saying you were rusty, and I'm like, no, that seems fantastic. A developmental editor, there's different layers and steps of an editing. If you are self-published, these could be the different types that you would then pay for. If you're traditionally published, this would be what the publishing house already has on staff or on hand, and they would assign you different editors in different rounds. Developmental editor is the first, or developmental edit is the first one you'll do. That is when someone will go through. We're going to talk about things like the broad things. So is your character consistent? Or do they act out strangely sometimes? Is the point of view working for the story, or is your point of view inconsistent? Is the pacing right? Should some chapters be rearranged? Should some scenes be shortened or made longer? Do some plot holes appear? This would be like when you fix plot holes. So it's all those big overarching works. And then once you finish all that and you have all your plot holes and your characters and your story consistent, then you go to line editing, which is going line by line, making sure everything feels correct. And then you have the copy edit, which is grammar and the rules of punctuation. But those are the three types. I'm not the best grammar person. I'm decent at it. So I'm better at broad topics, which is developmental editing stuff. So that's what I'm currently in coursework for. I'm going to be a developmental editor someday. And I might very well be the very first Cryptid developmental editor. Can you guys believe it? I've reached out to like all the Bigfoot and the Yeti families and everything like that. And no one said that they're editors yet. So I might be the first Cryptid editor. That's really cool. Thank you so much. So let's see. I'm behind on chat already. Let's do another. So death brings kin much closer, but splits the close ones. It was to say that family are brought together closer when someone died, but the real people that are close to this person suffer compared to their family. I can definitely see some of those lines where in the native French, they would be very, very cool, very artsy, very poetic, very meaningful. But yeah, in the translation, they feel a little bit wonky. They feel just slightly off. How exactly are you taking a course? I paid for a course. I spent a long time researching different courses, and this is a self-paced, self-guided course. And I'm logging on. Today was my first day. So yeah, today was kind of like syllabus day and the first thing. But yeah, I'm starting to take it. I'm not gonna say which course it is yet because I don't want to come off as like advertising it because I've just started, right? It could be like I could go to module 2 and it's like the worst thing ever, and then I would feel bad about promoting it, right? So I'm not gonna promote it or say what it is until I'm like finished with it. And then Discord. So I could submit a section of a novel night and you critique it on stream. Yes, I would. There is a line, so it's whoever submitted earlier, the oldest, as long as they're in stream, that's it. So there's kind of like a line, and then I wait till you're on stream. I never will critique it when you're not here. So like right now I'm critiquing 10s, and 10 is here in chat, and we're talking back and forth about stuff. Because I feel like that's good, because then sometimes I might have a question. Do I join another Discord? Oh, no, wait. So you need to chat? Possibly. It's just the Cryptid Roots Discord, and within the Discord, there's a section called Story Submissions, and you just submit it right there. That's it, nice and simple. Where was I, though? So I was saying, oh, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, welcome to Cryptid Cult. I hope you have fun hanging out with us. And is that 150 raccoons? Oh my goodness, you guys, we're 150 raccoons strong. That's crazy. You submitted some microfiction there before. Yes, Bobicus. You've actually, I've really enjoyed reading your pieces, Bobicus. I really like them. I think we're still in the process of finishing your newest one. We've read the first couple pages. We're waiting to continue reading it. I'm really excited to keep reading it. So where was I? Yeah, with 10. I get the gist of what some of the lines are. I was just saying, I don't really feel like you need too much developmental edit. It's mostly just because it's a translation. We're going from French to English. that's just those little line edits to help polish it up to make it clearer for some English readers. I feel like that would be the biggest help you would ever have here, right? But because otherwise your pacing and your story are pretty good. I do like, as the things I like, I noted it earlier, the scenes you chose to make the full page panels, because those are always tricky. Sometimes people are trying to make full page panels of stuff that aren't cool or don't need a full page. I feel like the two you chose will be really good full page panels. I'm seeing several familiar names on your server already. Yeah, I feel like the writing and reading category, people are saying it's kind of like a smaller niche community. So when you go from like stream to stream or streamer to streamer, you'll notice a lot of familiar names. Maybe a spread page. So let's go back over here. So I'm not going to comment too much about the individual lines. I do like the use of flashbacks are in black and white, and the present in 1821 is in color. Teenage Tristan. My first initial gut, and I could be wrong here. This is more of a suggestion than a critique. I try to be upfront on if I'm not entirely sure of one suggestion or not. And catch you later. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Matt. Is it Makokam? Makokam? Thank you so much. And hey, I'll see you around later. All good. How long are you going to stream? It'll be time for me to log off for family time for about an hour and a half, but if you're still live, I can tune back in. I'm not quite sure. I start 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I just go till I'm tired or my voice gives out. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 hours. Sometimes it's been like, 7 or 8 hours. It all just depends. But my first gut is page 1. Page 1 has the current day and the flashback on it. I'm worried if that's too much on the first page. Understood. But yeah, if I ever catch you now or in the future, I stream every other day currently. So I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be streaming the day after that. So even if I catch you at a different time, it's all good. Those random 3 a.m. topics do it different. Yeah, I definitely yap a lot, and people notice as it gets crazy later and later. For me, I yap more. The ADHD does not help. I'm wondering if page spread wise, if it would be better to have a full, like 1821, all on the first page, and then the second page, the page right after, then be the flashback from 1811. Oh, thank you so much for the hydrate. Now I'm being bad. Now I have soda. There's your sippy. 7 panel is feasible, but I understand. Yeah, I don't think the amount of panels is wrong. I'm just talking about the amount of content in the page. I'm wondering if page 1 should be all 1821, and then the next page right next to it, right? Because this should be like page and then page, should then be 1811, that flashback. Just so that way it's a little bit more cleanly divided between the present and the past. I think that might be a stronger spread of the artwork and the timeline flow. Also, are reviewing a screenplay? We're reviewing a comic script. 10 is in chat right now, and they are a very talented script and artist. So they also write the full script, and they also do all the artwork for it. Is that the new sippy? By the way, I don't use Gen I. In fact, I despise it. I do have a shit ton of stories owing to the fact that I've written like 6 million words since 2004. So I have quite a few to pick from. That's fantastic. I'm so excited to see more of your work in the future. It will be great. Like a page-turning flashback. Yes, I think you're picking up what I'm trying to say. Semi better than me. I had the Gatorade pack mixed with Sprite. Gatorade mixed with Sprite? Wait, what? Gatorade mixed. Does anyone else do this? That sounds terrible to me. That sounds horrible. This 10 Person sounds really talented. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher. It's Tenebrew and Just in chat right now. But I normally, because I know I'm butchering the word, I just call them Ted. If you're in the Discord already, it's in artwork or hobbies. Maybe it's even in socials. It's in one of the things. They've actually linked in the Discord somewhere their artwork account, their Instagram, I believe, and you can actually see their artwork. They're very talented. Actually, as a little sneak peek, let me scroll down here. They put a little hint of their artwork at the very bottom here. That's some of their artwork right here. This is some of the little opening concepts. Isn't it so amazing? And so my saying, avoid AI conversation. Yeah. We don't like generative AI here, and that's all we're gonna say. So now we'll just keep talking about 10's draft over here. But yeah, I think even though you're really good at putting a lot of story in as few pages as possible, I think here this would be a good place to have the current 1821 in one page and then 1811 in the other page. I think it will just look really, really good. It's the zero sugar one that you pour into water and shake. I forgot what they are called. Yeah, it's a huge W artwork. Huge win. I actually... Oh, was there hydrate? I completely missed it. Thank you, Bob, because if you hadn't wrote that, I would have missed it. Here's your sippy. Sippy of unhealthy soda. But I think that would be really good. Page 2. And rest on his shoulder. Why am I so weak? The flashback. When I succumb. I think this is pretty good here. I felt pretty good about page 2. Page 3 is then now we're in the apartment. This is pretty good here. I like a whole page for this new setting. That the apartment right here is when we're introduced to this new set. You want the page turning on Daphne touching his shoulder. I think that's pretty good. No one else a hand rest on his shoulder. I think that would still be good. So in this case, it would be page 1 is the funeral scene and Tristan talking while looking at the tombstone. And then page 2 would be the flashback and then returning to the present and the hand rests on his shoulder. And then we turn the page to page 3, so it's just reworking the pages slightly. Page 3, and then it's Daphne. I try to be 5 panels max, but sometimes it's 7 panels. 9 panels can be too much. And I definitely, like, you as an artist, you know much more about that than I would. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to our Cryptid Cult community here. I hope you have fun hanging out with us. So I think just that little reworking of the panels for the first 2, it technically adds a page, but I think it will look and feel a lot better, flowing pacing-wise for the pages. Oh, is it our win? Hello, welcome on in. Right now, this is a script for a comic from Tenebrew and Just in chat. They're a very talented comic artist, and they're getting more and more experience with their scripts, and we're reading their scripts and providing some critique. So if that's something of interest to you, then hey, welcome on in to hang out with us. More panel you read, less panel to admire the drawing, more, yeah, because they're kind of crammed in. Yeah, so I think adding in that extra page there, the pacing's gonna feel like, it's gonna feel perfect. So inside, are standing at the entrance, luggage in hand. This is a very tiny suggestion, and you can correct me if it's not quite right with the scene you envision. I'm wondering, because Daphne's over here, she's being like in being like, thank God I've been dreaming of this. So she's relaxing, she's smiling, she thinks everything is comfy. I'm wondering, then rather in this is panel 2, then rather than them both standing in the entrance with their luggage in hand, I'm wondering if Tristan should be standing at the entrance with the luggage in hand, and Daphne's already like halfway across the room going towards the bed. She's like smiling, she's bright, she's already putting stuff down, she's taking off her hat, whatever it is. Like she's already like moving across the room, just being like so excited. She's so happy. Because she doesn't quite realize what's about to happen. Hi Noxley, it's fantastic to see you. Oh my goodness, welcome on in. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've seen your name. I'm not sure if that's true. I just feel like I haven't seen so much from you recently. How are you doing? Yeah, it's a good idea. Thanks, Cryptid. Okay. Hey, sometimes I have good ideas. So that's a little suggestion there. We already talked about the captions. Maybe we won't have the caption. Maybe we'll caption for a dream. I don't think either of the options we talked about is wrong or better than the other. I just feel like having a slightly different caption than the 1811 for the dream sequence. And then what else did I feel like I had a note about this scene. What was? This is the dream sequence. Daphne's former husband, we're now realizing like how terrible he was. You like the idea that we don't know if it's a dream or a flashback? I'll take out the caption. Nice. Would it be a good idea to write ideas out for story with a pencil and then type the actual story out on computer? It's whatever works for you. Everybody has so many different writing styles. I personally realized when I write in pencil or if I write in a Word document, I'm not as productive because I can either backspace or I can erase stuff. And then I get so caught up on trying to fix things as I work and erasing stuff and getting rid of stuff that I'm not as productive. For me personally, I like writing with pen. And then if I have an error or a mistake, I just cross it out and I keep writing, right? It just makes me keep writing because I can't get stuck in the process of going back and fixing and tweaking things because it's in pen, right? What I can't erase shit. That's me personally, but everyone is very different. Some people love writing with pencil, they just think it's more comfortable. Some people love having a Word document. Some people like being able to doodle, like little side things on the margins while they're writing out and doing things. Some people write with lines, without lines. It's whatever works for you. That's a really good idea. Yeah, it's happened. I've spent years realizing like, oh shit, if I ever write with pencil, I just get stuck in the endless cycle of like, oh no, erase, to the point where like I would have holes in my paper because I was erasing so much. And instead I'm like, nope, I'm not giving myself the option. We're just writing with pen, baby. Oh my goodness. Yeah, work has been so busy lately, Noxley. I've just been coming home and sleeping. Oh, yeah. It's been good. I found out I might be moving to Texas in the far future in like 2 to 3 years. So that's been crazy. Are you excited to move to Texas? Is this an exciting move? Is it for a job promotion? Is it for family or relatives? What's all what's all the scoop? What's all the info about this move to Texas? I like to draw and write at the same time to find ideas. And that definitely makes sense for you, right? Because it is, for comic and script writing, it's so visual. You're kind of doing both the visual and the technical story writing, the story craft in here at the same time. So that makes perfect sense for your method. Yeah, give us the tea, Noxley, about this move to Texas. Hold on, I'm chewing. So the panel with this flashback dream sequence, right? It starts with her former husband has her by the throat. His eagle ring is visible on his index finger, right? That's just a technical error. And she has a black eye. He says mean stuff to her. And then we have the jump to the dinner where she's gonna see Tristan and Sarah. I'm wondering, would it be more impactful to, this is just a suggestion, this is spaghetti on the wall. Would it be more impactful to have the scene start with the dinner at the open air cafe? We see his eagle ring on his hand visible where he like has his hand on the table. right? As he's like sipping the coffee or eating the food, you can see the eagle ring there. She's hanging out with him at this cafe. She turns, she sees Tristan and Sarah, and they all look so happy. And then it's the former husband saying, like, I'm gonna gouge out your eyes. Like, this is the last time you'll see Tristan being that happy. And then he has her by the throat. The eagle ring is digging into her. She has a black eye. Then it's the fight, and then she wakes up. Yeah, I could take out this panel instead. I'm not even saying it's to take it out. I think just rearranging them rather than the choking and then the open air cafe. I think it should be the open air cafe sequence. And that's what makes the husband mad in the dream, her ex-husband mad, and then he fights her. Then he's holding her by the throat and choking her. It's for your dad's job, a transfer from one site to another down there. I live with my parents, and so I'll most definitely be moving with them when the time comes. You like Texas, just prefer Ohio, but lots of thoughts right now. Yeah. Definitely. I feel like sometimes there's like the stereotype of once you move to Texas, it's really hard to move out of Texas. But I feel like it's definitely if it's for the job, if it's for the family, then that's definitely I'll go in 20 minutes just so you know. Okay, yeah. Then that's my suggestion here. No, let me redo my lo-fi beats. Sorry, they're running low. I feel like everything else was pretty okay. I really like this sequence with Tristan. I did like that. Everything else. For here, she notices dirty boot prints. I get the technical aspect of, oh yeah, he's been going back and forth from the cemetery so much his boots are still dirty from the last one. But I'm wondering if the dirt would have already like fallen off from his boots during the walkover before it got all the way to the cemetery. So if you were looking for a panel to cut, my suggestion might be, oh yeah, this she notices the dirty boot prints. I don't think she needs to. I think at this point she knows something's weird and wonky and unsettling with her husband, right? With his ex-wife, with his dead ex-wife. So I'm wondering if she doesn't notice the dirty footprints, if she's just advances in the dark, and then it's facing the funeral gate. She moves forward. There's a mound of earth, the shovel, and then she advances above the hole where she notices the empty vitriol bottle along the side. I don't think the dirty boot prints are 100% necessary. But she doesn't know where he's gonna go. I'm wondering if maybe she does, right? Because everything's been so wonky. She knows he has this bottle of poison. She knows he, in her dreams and her vision stuff, that he's not past. He's not over his wife Sarah, his first wife Sarah. I'm wondering if she would note it though there. I'm not quite sure. That's why I said if you were looking for one to cut, I would cut this one. If you want to keep it and you're like, no, it makes sense, it helps with that logical thing of she knows where to go, then yeah, you can keep it. I was just saying this, if you were looking for one to cut here, that would be the panel I would cut. And then I think you end it on an absolutely perfect full page panel of Tristan, pale greenish, embracing his dead wife Sarah, both dead. I think that's a perfect panel to end it on. And yeah, otherwise everything else, that's all the plot stuff and the pacing. Everything else would just be like line by line with the dialogue to make sure it sounds natural in English, since it is a translation. But that's going line by line. If you want to in the future, because I know you're going soon, if you want to resubmit this, we could go forward and go line by line to make it sound natural in English next time. Or if you have like some other friend or somebody else you trust to help you with the translation, yeah, but I rewrite it over it in English. This is just okay. Then yeah, we can go over it again next time if you want to resubmit. So I'm just a bad translator. Please, I never want people who are multilingual to think they're bad translators. You guys are so fucking talented knowing multiple languages. I don't know multiple languages. I think it's really cool. You want to make it sing instead of realistic. And I think there's still a way to make it sing in English. It just has to be tweaked a little bit to flow a little bit more naturally. I think it's just a little tweaking line by line for the dialogue. But otherwise, those are all the major edits I would suggest here. It was the page spread here for the first 2 pages, and then just some little things here with the dream sequence, just the arrangement of it. But otherwise, I always love reading your scripts. I think this will be super cool. I'm so excited to see it when you've done all the artwork for it. Thank you so much for submitting, and I hope that helped. I hope I gave you at least some good ideas to think of. Let's go over here. For now, I will go ahead and remove it from the thing. Delete message. Delete. Alrighty. And then next up we do have Lambda, if Lambda is in chat still. I know I saw them earlier, I'm not sure if they're still here. Let's go ahead and just get it ready just in case. There we go. Oh, Lambda, oh wait, oh, yes, Lambda is here. I haven't written in what feels like forever. I'm gonna visit family tomorrow, but I still have some time tonight to write, so yay! Oh, Noxley, I'm so excited for you. Yes! Even if you have to, like, mute me in the background or something, like, please, like, have some fun, relax, hang out, get that little creativity going in your brain. That sounds fantastic for you. I'm excited for you to get some writing done if you haven't in a while. Yay, is land the same as Lambda? Is it 2 different accounts? Is land and land? No, is it yours is Lando Commando? Is that yours? Yours is pretty, probably not this stream if you're Lando Commando. It'll probably be next stream that I'll be able to get to yours. Because after, let me look at the queue. After Lambda, it's Chatty Matty, then it's What, then it's the Big Gamer Guy, and then it's Lando Commando. That's what it looks like on my screen. My dad and I made street corn dip early, so I shall snack and write. Nice. I'm still kind of in shock that oh my god, we didn't even just reach 150 raccoons. We're past 150 raccoons now. When you said land, oh, you thought, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's because someone else is their Lambda Boyo. I just shortened it to Lambda. I'm so sorry, Land. I didn't mean to confuse you. Hold on, I'm eating a chicken nugget really quick. If anyone else has any food or sippies, take a big sippy, take a big bite. So we finished chapter 1 before. I think we finished all of chapter 1. And this is am I right? It's the Pokemon fanfic? Yeah, because I'm seeing Kanto and stuff like that. It's the Pokemon fanfic with red and blue. And I think not only did you have I think a lot of people even in chat were really, really liking it who do play the games more and are more aware of the Pokemon games than I am. And we're even interested in your fanfic profile on AO3, so hey, this might get you even some more readers. Isn't that exciting? Why is my model glaring? Hold on. Sometimes I notice her and I'm like, why is she glaring on screen? I'm not glaring. I think the camera angle was just a little bit low. This is chapter 2, No Expectations. You throw your pearls at swine. Kanto established the route system some 30 or so years ago, I think. It was definitely before I was born, I can tell you that. Chapter names have a vague amount of significance, but not really. I think I mentioned before that the chapter and quotes are all from Rolling Stone songs. Very cool. All of it from the same album, 1968's Beggar's Banquet. I feel like a lot of fanfic authors do that kind of stuff, right? just as cute little things. I even had some where they're like, nope, this has nothing to do with the fanfic or the chapter. This is just the song I was listening to while I was writing the chapter. I think that kind of stuff is neat. It's a cool aspect. I think it makes when we talk about the difference of fanfic between like a normal like published or traditionally published art and stuff, right? I think it makes fanfic more not personable, more personified. Like we're learning more, and we're interacting more with the fanfic author in that sense compared to a regular author. You know what I mean? It's an interesting part, and I think that even makes fanfics more community feeling rather than like with published work how you're just a consumer, and with in a fandom you're part of a community rather than just a lone consumer. It's one of those little interesting things about it, isn't it? I want to eat so bad, my food's growing cold, but I'm like, no, wait, I have to keep reading on stream. Fuck. Fanfics for the win. Oh my god, why was there a mountain of salt on that one fry? Dear God. If I write a story out on paper, then would I take pictures of it to show it on stream? That can be a little difficult because let's say you could have the most amazing handwriting in the world, but let's say I can't read your handwriting, right? That could make it a little bit challenging for me to read. So in that case, if in your creative writing process it's best for you to write on paper, totally do that if that's what works best for your process. But if you then want it read on stream, I would then ask you like, hey, just take a couple minutes, type it up in a Google document or something, and then share that typed up version for me to read here, just for my eyeballs, for my own reading sake. It will just be easier for me to read. Practically speaking, it's easy to see why everyone was happy with it, because it took a lot of the pain out of traveling through tall grass, getting into wild Pokemon scuffles, losing items in the grass, all that kind of stuff. It's a heck of a lot easier to have to find roads that are maintained and neatly lead from one city or town to another. Shocking. The routes were a big deal, so I'm told, once they opened. The routes were a big deal, so I'm told, once they opened. And just about the best way to get around if you don't have yourself a fancy flying Pokemon that skilled trainers like myself have. It has a... I was just asking that same thing earlier, but you missed it in chat. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I get so busy yapping. It's one of the detriments of yapping, right? Sometimes I'm so busy just chatting to a screen that I don't even notice all the words that are happening on the screen. And then you did it exactly right. If I miss something, hey, never feel bad about like just posting it again. That way I can see it. Now I can't scroll back to chapter 1. Remind me, what Pokemon did he win? Is this a flying Pokemon? Is that what we read in chapter 1? I'm forgetting which Pokemon starter he got in chapter 1. Fuck, it's been a hot minute. Thank you. I guess I'll write it out and then type it, although I'm concerned it'll take too long before I get it done, and eventually critiques. I don't want you to worry about it taking too long or anything. Like, if you submit this, like, hey, next month, next year, like, well, hopefully I'll still be streaming. Then I've been streaming for 3 months now. I'm still a new streamer. But hopefully I'll be streaming that long still. There's not, like, a time limit or anything on this. Most of the streams here, I sometimes do, some gaming ones. I'm planning a gaming one soon with Penny. We're gonna do another collab soon. But most of the streams here, it's reading and writing and critiquing and stuff, right? Sometimes I want to start doing my writing on stream again, so you guys can see the rough draft process. Well, this bunny only has a squirrel, but he's writing the narration after the fact when he does have a flying Pokemon. Need to find a way to make some of his offhand comments clearer. Yeah, and then collabing with Sir Chatty Maddie again, too. I'm wondering, because I think I mentioned it last time, too, some of the fact that he Hold on. Let me finish chewing so I can talk. Nom, 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 nom. You only get half credit for late submission, so just keep that in mind. Can you imagine that? Cryptid's Blue Booba School for Writing. Tune into the stream, submit all your assignments on time so you can get a grade. Oh no. Every time someone tries to give me too many hydrate or dihydrates, they get an instant F. So I think we mentioned one of the critiques for the first chapter is sometimes that it's not point of view. Hold on, my brain's processing. Well, downloading everything I've learned in my developmental editing course already. The tense, that's what I call it, the tense. Sometimes it was in present tense, but it sounds like he's in the future talking about the past. Most of this is read, I think, in chapter 1 like it was present tense. So the fact that it is in the future and he's talking about the past, and then sometimes he's talking about further in the past, in this case the 30 years further out, the tenses get a little bit confusing sometimes. I think that's the major critique I had last chapter. It's the tenses that are tripping you up. Went to the person suggesting the scanning. Is there an app for that? I have no idea. You can use Genius Scan. It's an app. I used when I had to submit written homework for school. It saves a PDF file on your phone. Oh, how cool. Guys, when you write, how do you know you're going in the right direction and not making the story worse? You know what, Ten? That's a good question. Sometimes we don't know, which is why my biggest thing for rewriting and fixing is always doing it in a new document. So let's say let's say I wrote, let me go back to this one. Let's say I wrote all this majesty piece, right? And I'm like, man, I think this thing about the dragons here needs to be fixed, right? That maybe I need to cut it. So I would not do it in this document. This is an untitled document, but let's say it's documents cool story idea 1. I would make a brand new document called cool story idea 2 or some shit, right? I would just make it a different document, copy and paste it all, and then I would get rid of all the things I'm thinking of. Oh, I need to go. Sorry, guys. I'll get 10. Goodbye. Have a good night or have a good day, whatever time it is in France. But yeah, just do it in a different document, your edit, so in case it's the wrong edit, you still have your original saved in a different document somewhere else. That's always my suggestion. Necromancer, hello, welcome on in. It's good to see ya. Maybe just a little bit off topic there for a second. How are you doing tonight? Are you comfy and cozy? Are you warm? Are you chilly? I feel like a lot of places are chilly now. So this is read in the future, kind of the fancy flying Pokemon that skilled trainers like myself have. So since it's still like written in like present tense, but then the rest of the story, at least last chapter, was also written in present tense, it got a little bit wonky. It's just those tenses that are tripping you up. Of course, the route system doesn't matter all that much when they all look the damn same. Always neatly kept, but still with patches of tall grass for people that want to be catching Pokemon. Because you gotta please the trainers. Sometimes you'll see folks looking for battle, when you just want to go to the next damn city already. Point is, every route is like this, so get used to it early if you're gonna be a trainer. I know I had to. You almost made me choke on my french fry. Present tense versus past tense is a mountain I must constantly climb. Oh no. What? You completely changed your intro for the crime drama and it made the perspective more first person, so you had to make some tweaks. Oh, that's a big edit. That's a big change. Are you gonna resubmit it in the future so we can read it? I'm excited to read all those changes. That sounds like a lot of work you've been doing. Huge props for doing the work. What? That's crazy. What was I saying? So get used to it early if you're going to be a trainer. I know I had to. I had to make a detour back to Pallet Town pretty much a day after I'd left, because Gramps was giving me and Red some new invention that he helped to create. It was that weird sort of PDA thing that he had on his desk the day I got squirreled. Not to brag or anything, but he gave us the first 2 digital Pokedex models ever. I'm serious, you know. The serial number on my Pokedex is number 00000000. I probably could have avoided a lot of tense issues by making this third person, but I think first person narration more fun. The voice here, from it being first person, is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't want you to change the voice or the point of view at all. It's really, really strong in this piece. I like it a lot, and I think a lot of other people in chat last time for chapter 1 were saying that as well. The voice and the point of view work exceedingly well here. It's really good. I think it's just those little tense issues, and tenses are tricky. I still refuse to get a new one, even after traveling around a bit. Why would I? Anyways, Gramps had been working with his scientist buddies on it for a few years, and he wanted me and Red to have the first ones, so that we could fill them up with all the Pokemon in Kanto. You already did something after Maddie. Perfect, perfect. You put yourself into Blue's headspace? That's so funny. Of course we agreed, but if Gramps expected me to work with Red, he's clearly getting senile. Besides, I could get all of those without Red. It took me another day of travel to get back to Viridian City, which I'd only been in for about that long before Gramps called for me and Red. That one's worded a little funny. Took me another day of travel to get back to Viridian City, which I'd only been in for about that long before Gramps called for me and Red. I would maybe make this 2 separate ones, and which I'd only been in for about that long. That's the part where it gets a little... Viridian City? Am I saying it funny? That's from Indigo League. Yeah, this is a Pokemon fanfic. Red and Blue. Geezland, but yeah, it's that part for about that long. I know it's in reference to that's how long they had been there for about a day before they got called back, but just reading it, it's a little wonky. I would suggest just fixing that one part of the line. Squirtle and I had gotten jumped by a wild Pokemon. Even though Squirtle kicked some tail, I could tell he was still a bit worn out from our first encounter with Red. I had to get the guy to a Pokemon Center, and preferably sooner than later because I was getting impatient. Viridian ain't the biggest city you're gonna find in Kanto, but it makes Pallet Town look silly by comparison. Plenty of houses, a few stores, and the usual Pokemon Center and Pokemart. Oh, and of course the gym. Good old Viridian Gym. I'm getting ahead of myself now. My first stop was at a Pokemon Center, just so Squirtle could get a proper healing. Sorry, hold on, chewing. Pokemon Centers all have the exact same smell. Smell of egg. I'll blame that on the Chansey that's at all of them. Blame that on the Chansey that's at all of them. Should Chanseys be plural? This is why I say I'm not a copy editor with the technical word fixes, the grammar and punctuation fixes, because I'm like, it could be wrong. It could not be. I would be the most horrible copy editor. And then on the Chanseys that are at all of them, or the Chansey that's at all of them. I'm not quite sure which one's correct. So like a little question mark. Chansey is technically singular and plural, like moose. Oh, That's so fucking cool. Hey, the more we know. Thank you, Pokemon expert Sir Chatty Matty. Thank you for always keeping me up to date on all the Pokemon lore. This is fantastic. Lay on the Chansey, that's in all of them. Okay, so then I guess that's right then. On top of that, they also all look the same. A few healing stations, a place to store Pokemon, place to trade Pokemon, and Nurse Joy. All Pokemon names fall under that, so Pikachu is singular and plural. It's not like Pikachus, if you see multiple out in the wild. Huh. So if you see a bunch of Pikachu out in the wild, you'd be like, oh, look at all the Pikachu, rather than look at all the Pikachus. I never thought of them like that. Well, I guess it's because of how they're used, the terms in game. How they've used the terms in game. I Pikachu's you. It's because I'm the best descriptor, that's why. A Nurse Joy. Always a Nurse Joy in every Pokemon Center. Couldn't tell you how there's so many of them. Imagine the family reunion. Anyways, I figured that I better get used to these kind of places, especially since I had a pretty tuckered out Squirtle to work with. Hello there, welcome to the Viridian Pokemon Center, said Nurse Joy. They all say that. Just about the city name. We'll heal your Pokemon back to top shape. Yeah, thanks. All I got is this one here. I really like, they all say that just about the city name. That's really good, I like that part. With that, I handed Nurse Joy the Pokeball, still with an exhausted Squirtle inside. It only took a couple of days for me to get protective of that little guy, to the point I was afraid I might lose him if I let go. I watched the nurse set him down on whatever strange medical machine they used for Pokemon, and to tell you the truth, I was pretty nervous. But about an hour later, my name was called back to the front. She handed the Pokeball back to me, that same happy smile on her face like she had personally saved both of us. I have a team of Magikarp. If Magikarp wasn't both, the sentence would be, I have a team of Magikarps. Good point, good point. Your Midwestern dialect comes through a bit in my writing. Admittedly, my own take on the Pokemon world here is definitely more Americanized, as I am not Japanese. Do you... Hold on. I'm gonna take a bite, and then I'm gonna go off topic here, because that reminded me of something. Hold on. Ow. Suanova, hi! Welcome on in. It's good to see ya. I saw a post. I forget if it was a Twitter post that was saved on Pinterest, or if... Yeah, W writing, though. Absolutely. Big win. It was Pokemon USA. Or if it was like a Tumblr post, or I forget where I saw this post, but somebody was talking about, because we're talking about, oh, something's more Americanized versus Japanese and fandoms and stuff. There was a person who was Japanese was saying, oh, whenever I read Japanese ABO stuff, so like Alpha, Beta, Omega stuff, in Japanese, all the fanfics, all the original works around it, all the stuff for the Omega is covered by healthcare, because they have like universal healthcare, right? So like all their shots or all their medications they need for the ABO stuff is covered by the healthcare. They have like really low stuff to pay for the hospitals and stuff. And then when Americans oh, back to writing for now. Yeah, you came on in and then you heard me say ABO and now you're like, nope, I'm out of here. But I guess they were pointing out, in Americans, when they write ABO fanfics or works, there's huge medical debt. And there's no universal health care. And there's Joy's a bad doctor. She keeps saying, see you soon. I think she just understands her clients. It's like when you say some crazy shit to a therapist and they're like, yep, let's go ahead and schedule your next few appointments. They know you. But yeah, so you were just saying like, oh, like Americanized versus Japanese. It just made me think of that post of someone commenting, oh yeah, it's so different American writers handling that healthcare aspect in Alpha Beta Omega stuff versus Japanese writers, where they always write as like the health insurance is covered. What does able mean? Are you talking about how it's free to go to Pokemon centers? Maybe. Are you seeing that in text? I didn't notice that. My name is. Are you talking about what I was saying? I was saying ABO, AB like alpha, beta, omega, um, but O, not an L. Sorry if I was saying it too fast. So like, hold on, let me go over here because I can write this one. ABO. That's what I was saying. I was just saying it too fast. So it's like when like fanfic writers do like the mpreg stuff. In Japan, when they write mpreg, it's covered by health insurance. In America, when we write fanfics about like mpreg stuff, I guess they they go into huge medical debt. I don't know, I just saw some posts talking about it, and I'm like, that's absolutely insane. Like she had personally saved us. There you are! Your Pokemon is back in top shape, she said before giving a final nod. We hope to see you again if your Pokemon need help. Oh yeah, asking earlier, did that app work for you? Was it all good? Nurse Joe doesn't mess around with her copay. Yeah, I'll be back then. Thanks again. So, is it in the official thing that your Pokemon is back in top shape? If it is, if that's a quote for the game, then absolutely keep it because it's a quote from the game. Otherwise, if this is your original work here, I would say, is your Pokemon back in tip-top shape? Is that more natural? Oh, it's paraphrased? Okay. I had to do something else, so I forgot. I'm gonna try it out now real quick. Hey, Leia, to be honest, do you have the ADHD too? Do you have it just like me? My Eevee broke its leg! Picks his leg, accidentally makes it evolve. Your Sylveon is fine. My Sylveon? What? That'd be fucking insane. But yeah, so if it's paraphrased, my first suggestion is like, is it more natural to say it's back in tip-top shape? But that could also be like a regional dialect thing for me. Maybe that's not how everyone else says it in other areas. I stepped out of the center and took a deep breath. My first Pokemon Center visit was done, taking in the air without the smell of egg hanging around me. It's not worth talking about the Pokemon experience. It's the same as any other store, really. I still remember what the cashier told me when I was buying my first batch of Pokeballs and a couple potions, though. Hey, you're the professor's boy. I was surprised that he could even tell. Maybe I shouldn't have been, since Gramps is always doing business in Viridian with the League and studying and the like. But it still surprised me. Hello, welcome on in, it's good to see you. Are you comfy and cozy tonight? Do you have food? Do you have a tasty beverage? I feel like a lot of places were cold now. Not even a Pewter City yet, and already the Oak name was preceding me. Let me tell you, it was strange. Not unwanted, really, but strange. I'm wondering, because we're talking, the voice and the voice of the character here is so strong. Would he say strange twice, or would he say weird? Let me tell you, it was weird. Not unwanted, really, but strange. I wonder if you would say strange or weird. That's a small technique, that's just a small, like, little line edit, but just as a... I'm buried in my heated blanket, edging out on Stardew. That sounds so nice. So we do have heated blankets in our household, and it's in the area of the house I'm in. It's the coldest section in the whole house. Even if the rest of the house is normal, my section of the house is always the coldest, right? That's just how the house decided to be. I don't know. So you would think, oh, Cryptid, why don't you take one of the heated blankets? Most of the outlets, it's like 3 or 4 outlets all near my bed, all in reach of the bed, right? All of them are wonky, where the electrical current through them is inconsistent. So if you like plug in a lamp and you turn on the lamp will constantly flicker. If you try to charge your phone in one of those outlets, the phone will say charging, not charging, charging, not, and it'll just keep beeping back and forth. So they're technically unsafe. So I can't plug in an electrical blanket downstairs because the outlets are bad. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, so I can only have a heated blanket upstairs, like on the couch or something. But downstairs in my room, I just had to have a fuck ton of blankets. Because anything I plug in is a fire hazard. So I just have to leave it all unplugged. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. The app works, but my handwriting stayed the same. Is there any way to copy and paste my writing into a Google Doc? I have no idea. I would Google it. You should Google it if there's something that scans your handwriting and then formats it into a document. I have no idea. I'm not the best with technology. I don't even have working outlets in half of my room. I am a forever cold entity, you and me both. Oh my goodness. Sleep with a comforter in the dead of summer, so heated blanket is a must for these frozen toes. I bet. And thankfully, since I'm Central Florida Cryptid, right, it's warm most of the year, so it's not bad. But yeah, during this cold time, it's like, I'm chilly Billy. It's because I have so little blood. I'm anemic, and I guess when you're anemic, you get cold, really, really easily. So, but fun fact for cryptids, I guess we have blood issues. iPhone naturally has the function that allows you to scan text and photos? Seriously? That's crazy. I don't know anything about phones. Once I was out of the store, I made my way back to Kanto Route 1. Walked around a bit in the tall grass and waited for a wild Pokemon to test out the old Pokeballs on. Yeet? Seriously? Oh my god. That was cute. I think it succeeded in using Schrödinger's sarcasm. For what part? Granted, text is usually that, but this works voiced. Sorry, I just took a bite of my chicky nugget, so I'm chewing. It's got awful circulation in my legs, which for a Maryland creature isn't great. Oh, yeah, I bet. Just hold down onto the text if you are highlighting it. Ah, yes, that is good publicity. This is the other thing they don't really tell you about Pokemon training. Catching the guys takes a while. Wild Pokemon are a bit averse to people like you and I, so you gotta put in the time to actually run into one. For a guy like me, it gets frustrating, but eventually I got my candidate. Try that, but it only zoomed in. I'm actually really happy about this, because normally when people are giving tech advice in chat, it's about me. It's about all the fuck-ups I'm doing and all the stupid shit I don't know. Which is a lot. So now I can actually just sit back and I'm like, oh yeah, chat, go help Land. Go help them figure this out. This is fantastic. It's not just me being silly with technology for once. This is great. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Take a sippy. Right out of the grass hopped up a ridiculous-looking bird Pokemon. Short, fat, squat, ugly, and yellow-brown feathers all over him. I think this is I think this should be a semicolon. So this is Pokemon related. There is some desire for a Cobbleman port to Hytale. No need to brag. I'm not bragging, I'm just being happy. Please understand. Please understand, since before I even started streaming, okay? I've been Everyone's had to help me with tech stuff, okay? It's been embarrassing. Every single stream, I haven't known shit about streaming or how to be a VTuber or how to start a stream or how to record stuff, okay? So just once in over 3 months of streaming, this is the first time. Please let me be happy about this. That my chat can give someone else tech advice and not me. Semicolon noted. Sweet. The short, fat, squat, ugly, and yellow line is a Grateful Dead reference to a terrible joke Bob Weir used to tell on stage. Oh, that's so funny. I love little, like, inside jokes like that. That's great. In other words, a Pidgey. I thought that Squirtle could easily take him, and while he had no problem getting a few good hits in, this guy was no slouch. He made a big old gust of wind with his wings, just like that. He had potential, so much so that I decided he would be the first Pokemon I try to catch, all on my own. You'll allow it. Thank you, Lad, for being so generous. You're a true champ. Thank you. Always keep your loose Pokeballs at the hip and ready to go. You wouldn't want to run into something like a Mew and not have one ready, right? Anyways, you push the little button, toss it at your tired out Pokemon, and hope for the best. Easy, right? Well, it was after I completely whiffed the first one. But who cares about that? Must have been a defective one. Second one hit my target no problem. And after a minute of careful anticipation and eagerness, click. I had done it. My first Pokemon that I caught all on my own. Now I knew I was going places. Immediately after, my fancy new Pokedex updated with some fresh info about Pidgey. His height, weight, age, all that technical stuff. After noting all of it and getting a better look at my growing team, I took a first glance at my personal dex stats. Out of the 151 Pokemon logged in Kanto, I had caught only 2 and seen only 4. Clearly, I had a lot of work ahead of me. Just outside of Viridian City is Route 22, the path to the Indigo Pokemon League. I had gone there to start training up Squirtle and my new Pidgey to give him some proper bite, but after a while I walked up to the doors of the league. I'm wondering if this should be 2 sentences. All I could do for the time was stand outside of it and marvel at what waited for me. It wasn't a question of if I could get there, but when. I knew that from day one. But that day, fresh out of Palatown with 2 new Pokemon to my name? Of course not. But that didn't stop me from knowing it was going to happen. The ideas that came to my mind when I was a kid, I tell ya. All that was left to do was turn around, go back to Viridian City, and prepare myself for the long task of making it through the forest. That was until I saw a familiar face. It was like he was taunting me. I could see Red walking down the same path, Charmander at his side. I'd learned my lesson from last time, and I was not going to let him get the best of me again. "What you doing out here, country boy?" I asked him, already knowing the answer. "You guys grew up in the same place, aren't you a country boy too?" I love this character's voice. He's so... You need all the badges before you get into the league. From the looks of it, you haven't made a whole lot of progress. Red thought for a minute, always thinking, before he spoke. "Just looking." I smirked at that. One thing about Red, he was certainly an ambitious guy. Still is, too. "That's so, huh? Well, since I have you here, let me just say, I got a bit of a score to settle with you after what you pulled back at Gramps' lab. You up for a rematch?" He looked at me, tilted his head, said only one word. "Sure." That was all I needed. This time would be different. This time, Red wouldn't beat me. This time, I was going to walk away the winner. I decided to let my Pidgey have some time in the sun before Squirtle. And after a good bit of training, he had a new move under his belt. Pokemon only have so many moves they can hold in their little brains, so you gotta pick and choose. But when you're just starting, that's not as much of a worry. Low-level Pokemon only have a couple moves anyway. Pidgey, Sand Attack, go! Just like that, Pidgey kicked up some dust and hid behind the haze of the cloud. Red tried to get a scratch in with his Charmander, but he had trouble seeing Pidgey through all of it. My Pidgey, though, he's managed to land a few of those gusts right on Red's Charmander, pretty much telling me that I made the right choice in catching the guy. All was going pretty good, until his Charmander managed to finally land a scratch on my Pidgey, and a damn good one. Boom, Pidgey was down. Not what I wanted. Squirtle practically bounded out of his Pokeball once Pidgey returned to his. I could tell he was ready for a comeback, and a comeback he frickin' got. Squirtle, use Bubble! And he sure did. This little guy practically spat out a whole sea of water bubbles at Red's Charmander. I had seen battles like this before, but now I was the one involved. This wasn't the back and forth tackle and scratch game that our first fight had been. Now, this felt like a real Pokemon battle. Hi, King Cow, good to see you. Yes, it is a Pokemon fanfic. It's a red and blue. This is chapter 2. We read the first chapter on a different stream before, and it was really good. Oh, where was I? Fuck. Now this felt like a real Pokemon battle. And that's not even the best part. It was a damn good hit, so good that Charmander was out. Just like that. I looked up at Red, waiting for him to draw a second Pokemon and for us to continue. But he didn't. He shrugged, returned his Charmander to his Pokeball, and spoke up softly. Well, good shot there, Blue. My first win. Right there. I had gotten the better of Red in a Pokemon battle, and the first one pretty much didn't even count. My first real battle, and I won. I couldn't help but smirk at him, patting my Squirtle on the head as I replied to him. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you actually train a bit. Red totally let him win. A Pokemon fanfic is in on my pocket list. Just putting something together for Aaron I need. Call me when I'm up. No problem. Blue was the protagonist? Blue is the main character. He's kind of a little bit of a shit. So I'm not sure if you can... Yeah, he's the narrator and main character. You decide if he's a protagonist. You'd say an anti-hero. That's pretty good. Yeah, he's a little shit, but we're loving reading about him. His voice is so strong here. Ordinarily, you're supposed to pay the winner of a Pokemon battle a little bit of dough. But I declined it this time. This wasn't about the money for me. It was all about the win. I love this guy. This is fantastic. Well, Red, looks like you got some work to do if you think you're gonna get into the league. You might want to start by catching another Pokemon. Yeah, I was gloating, tooting my own horn, flexing, insert another idiom here. Hell, I even gave him one of my empty Pokeballs, which I think is still probably the pettiest thing I've done in my whole life. We have a lot of the story left, though, so you can be the judge of that. I was a pretty petty teenager. Alright, I'm done messing with you. Hey, good fighting. See you around Kanto. Good luck, you'll need it. All that stuff. Good luck, Blue, was the first thing Red said in reply. I'll see you soon. With that, we gave a quiet nod to each other, and I was off. Blue is the sore loser little brother that gets arrogant when the older brother lets him win. Absolutely, 100%. That is absolutely what I picked up on from these two chapters. Oh my god. Not long after, I was back in Viridian, stepping back into the egg-scented Pokemon Center to heal up Pidgey before heading to the forest just north of the city. This one is, again, it's a pretty run-on one that's dealing with a few different things. I think this one could be broken up into 2 sentences. You always wanted to play blue version because that is my favorite color. Haha, oh, very cool. Yeah, I was saying before, I'm familiar with at least the OG Pokemon TV series. But I never got to play any of the games when I was little, right? That just wasn't, like, in the budget. We didn't have the money for me to play the games. So, this is definitely inspired by some of the games. So if you guys in chat can, like, comment stuff like, oh yeah, that's in the game, or oh, that's actually, like, it gets the game, or that's, like, I don't know, any knowledge you guys have of the game. Chatty Matty's even commented some stuff, right? He's like, oh yeah, it's, that is, like, already plural. Pokemon names are already plural and singular. You don't need to add the S's to it. Just little stuff like that, because again, I don't have that knowledge of the games. Route 2, the path from Viridian City to Pewter City, is dominated by the thick Viridian forest. So will this fanfic have over 100 chapters? I don't know. Lambda, how many chapters are you planning for this? What are we looking at? And we're definitely, this is definitely ending with, red and blue being together, right? Like the anime. 10 chapters and an epilogue. And the epilogue's definitely gay, right? This is gonna end up being like Old Man Yai, right? Red and blue as 2 old retired trainers ending up together. Oh, that's definitely what we're going for. Everyone can see it. We all know. Oh, I finished my soda, goddammit. That's a lot of soda. Fuck, why did I drink that much? Okay, I'm going back to my water. Oh, the chapter's super long? This one is 12 pages. I feel like and it's not even a full 12 pages, so it's 11 pages in 2 lines. So not super long. I'd say so, 5,000-ish words. Where was I? So Route 2, the path from Viridian City to Pewter City, is dominated by a thick Viridian forest. In case you're wondering, the city was named for the forest. I'm wondering if this one could be split up and rearranged. Let me think here. Hold on. My brain's processing it. Like, I think maybe it could be, like, rephrased, like, the Viridian, like, the thick Viridian forest, like, splits up the path from Viridian City to Pewter City. Like, period. In case you're wondering, the city was named for the forest. I'm not quite sure. It could definitely be 2 sentences. I'm wondering if to rearrange the first sentence slightly. That's just an idea. The city maintains the forest as a park, but the paths don't make it any less of a maze. It's a big forest, so much so that they have a gate outside of it before you even step foot on a path. Hello there, welcome to Viridian National Park, a guard said. She was cute, but that's not all that important. Technically, it's a park, but everyone still calls it the forest. Go figure. Yeah, thanks. I'm just cutting through to Pewter. Alrighty, safe travels, and don't get lost, she replied. Easier said than done. Traveling through any forest as dense as Viridian requires focus. Something that was being directed every which way in that place thanks to the amount of bug-type Pokemon crawling around everywhere. On the ground, in the trees, through the tall grass, and that's without even mentioning the other Pokemon that you could run into. I could have sworn I saw a Pikachu at one point, but he had already run away before I could even get a free Pokeball out. Those suckers are fast, I'll tell you. It became a pattern of wandering through the dense forest until a metapod or weedle or something walked up to me, for my Squirtle or Pidgey scared them off to wherever they came from, only to go back to wandering until yet another critter Pokemon comes back for a fight. The Hunger Games fic is coming along very nicely. 11,000 words. I'm already in the thick of the games. Oh, that's good. That's exciting. The run-on is deliberate here. In this particular one, because this one's a little rough to read. This is a really run-on one. Became a pattern of wandering through the dense forest until a metapod or weedle or something walked up to me before my Squirtle or Pidgey scared them off to wherever they came from, only to go back to wandering until yet another critter Pokemon comes back for a fight. Should it be came back for a fight? This is past tense. It became a pattern. Walked up to me. That's past tense. Should be for another critter Pokemon came back for a fight. Okay. Again, I'm not always the best with like those little grammatical errors, but I try to point them out when I can. On and on and on. At one point, I even had to run back to Viridian City just to heal up Pidgey and Squirtle at the Poké Center. Then I was back in the heart of the forest, once again wandering through a sea of familiar trees and leaves and bushes and grass, looking for the gate to Pewter that seemed to never show up. What I tried to post in chat is on this story file. Shaking my head. Oh no. Let's see here. Let me look it up. I'll pull up the Discord real quick. Oh my god, hold on. Maybe just say hi. That's just in chatting. Story submissions. Solaris Forgotten Prince. What I tried to post in chat is on my story profile. I've certainly had some novel months where I posted in chat a lot more than in a story by word count, but this isn't it. Am I missing it? There's streams. There is. I'm not noticing anything in are you talking about the Discord chat? Did you post it in story submissions? The last thing I have in story submissions is from what? Oh, you mean Jenny? Okay, I was looking at the Discord chat like, wait, what am I missing? Oh, Squirtle is your starter of choice too? Nice, nice. I had been to Meridian Forest once as a kid with Gramps. We only stayed for a couple of hours since he was simply getting some information about those bug types to try and learn about their evolutionary process. Even then, I could tell it was a big place, but it was so limited by the small patch of land we stayed in. Small clearing near some tall grass and large trees, perfect for Gramps to blabber on excitedly about an especially big Caterpie or some special markings on a Kakuna. I didn't know what any of that meant as a kid, but I was just happy to be with him and to see those Pokemon in the little chunk of forest. Now it was clear to me just how unruly Viridian Forest really was. Something I could have never imagined when I was just a 6-year-old boy laying in the shadow of the trees. Viridian Forest is, at the very least, a good place for cutting your teeth with trainers. With trainers? Should it be maybe against trainers? For a good place for cutting your teeth against other trainers? I don't know why. The with here is a little wild to me. Well, I chose Bulbasaur for Fire Red. Haha, I wanted to play easy mode. You'll find all sorts of bug catchers in the forest, looking for some good Pokemon just like Gramps was all that time ago. The difference is, unlike Gramps, they're up for a battle or two. My old Pidgey and Squirtle had some time to go before they were real powerhouses, but they toughened up in Viridian with a whole sea of bug catchers. Not only got them tougher, but it got me feeling better about myself. I didn't lose a single fight against those trainers in Viridian Forest. if you can believe that. Granted, I had to travel back and forth to the Poké Center sometimes, but that's no biggie, I guess. Constant battles means constant stops at a Poké Center. I had little luck in catching Pokemon both in and out of Viridian Forest. Probably because I was a dumb kid who had yet to consistently catch the things until earlier the day prior. That one's worded a little funny. Till earlier the day prior. So maybe to catch things until the day prior. I don't know, so that one needs to be worked a little bit. You're noting these suggestions, don't worry. Okay. Still, I got my hands on a few bug Pokemon that I promptly put in Bill's Pokemon storage system. In Bill's Pokemon storage system? Is that the Pokedex? Is that Gramps? Every time I catch a new one, I'd watch my decks fill up a bit more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Bill is a character in the games. Okay. The only one I kept in my party out of the various critters I caught was a good-looking Rattata. A fella with big red eyes, sharp buck teeth, and a deep purple coat. The kind of Rattata that Gramps would have called it a model specimen or something like that. Basic? Sure, but so was Pidgey, and he was already proven a damn good addition to my team. Why would this Rattata be any different? Am I saying that right? Oh, he invented it. Ooh, very cool. Passing through Viridian Forest was something that I thought would only take a couple hours, but the trip ended up taking a couple days between going back and forth to the city, battling trainers, catching more Pokemon, getting sleep at the end of it all. I would call it all completely pointless, and that's what I was certainly telling myself at the time, every time I would run into my 15th Weedle of the day or something like that. At the time, every time. So here time repeats. The word time repeats twice in like 3 words. So I would rephrase this slightly to get rid of the repetition there of time. Looking back though, I like to think this was important for a fresh trainer like me to have to go through all of it. I think it made me better at catching Pokemon, at battling others, and at keeping my eyes on the prize. That constant reminder of what was ahead, both on a small and big scale. Pewter City is just beyond the forest. The rest of Kanto is beyond this forest. Pokemon League is just beyond this forest. Is this his thoughts here, like his internal thoughts? Not a reminder of what was ahead, both on a small and big scale, semicolon. Pewter City is just beyond the forest. The rest of Kanto is just beyond this forest. The Pokemon League is just beyond this forest. If this is his thoughts, I would do something to proper use of that first semicolon. Well, if this is his thoughts, then maybe then the semicolon could work, because then this is the narration, and then this is his internal thoughts here. In which case, I would just maybe make them like italicized or something here to show that it's his internal monologue, like what his thoughts were at the time. If this is just part of the normal narration, then it suddenly switched into present tense, in which case Pewter City was just beyond the forest. The rest of Kanto was just beyond the forest, would be past tense. It is narration, or at least supposed to be. Okay, yeah, then I would rework this sentence just a little bit, because it suddenly switches into present tense rather than past tense, and it almost read more like his internal dialogue. Just as the afternoon was turning to the evening, I made it to Pewter Gate. As much as I had grown to appreciate the natural beauty of Viridian Forest or whatever, I was ready to have a place to settle down in for a while, and least of all because it was Pewter City. After a quick talk with the gate guard about how much of a nuisance the forest had been, I stepped through into Pewter City. All that was left for me to do was stop at an inn for the night and prepare to meet Brock. Ah, we're gonna meet Brock! Just turned 18, yes, I replied to the innkeeper at Boulder Inn, a cozy looking place nearby Pewter Gym. Obviously, that was a load of hooey, but I was hoping that he wouldn't notice. This is 8 pages? Is that? Let me go up and see. What else do we have today? Well, okay, because the next step is Chatty Matty. I think, because Chatty Matty's probably going to want me to read a long section and give some thorough critique because they're working on their books. Let's finish this. This is 12 pages. This is page 8 out of 12. I'll finish the 12 pages today for Lambda. And then we can start next stream, and then we'll focus on Chatty Matty's submission. She calls me. No, I'm just aware of your goals, right? You're working on multiple books. You're working on a big multi-book project. You like having the feedback and critique. You want the more in-depth thing. You're not here just looking for like 1 or 2 little critiques or fixes. You want the edits. You want an editor. So knowing that, I would rather start stream and then be able to focus on a longer chunk of yours rather than just switch to yours right now and maybe only do like a few pages. I think you'd want a longer section. You'd want a bigger, more consistent chunk of me to read it and give feedback for. So with that in mind, let's finish these last 4 pages. Especially since the last page isn't even a full page, so it's like 3 pages. I was trying to think of what's the best layout for everyone to get their writing read and what everyone has for goals. To keep that in mind. Where was I? Fuck. Right, he replied, looking all skeptical as he gave his thick-looking beard a long scratch. I could tell he wasn't fully convinced. Well, look, I'm sent up here to do some work for family, and this is just about the only place that I could stay. There's another hotel down on Mulholland Drive, you know, the innkeeper replied. This is gonna be tough to crack. I had to break out the big guns. Yeah, well, my mom said that you'd be better to stay with. You know Holly Oak? That changed the innkeeper's tone pretty quickly. Oh, you're an oak, huh? Yeah, that's right. I'm the professor's grandson. Not to brag or anything. Of course I was bragging. It was the only way I knew I'd get a room. Well, we have 1 room open after all, I think. The innkeeper finally replied after another pause, stroking his beard all wise and wizardly-like. Within a few more moments, Within a few more minutes, I had a cozy enough room, food, and a place to stay for a day or 2 while I was in Pewter. It wasn't the cheapest inn in the world. How do you say this? 1,200 for 2 nights. How do you read that currency? Is it yen? Because Pokemon's a Japanese game. Is it 1,200 yen? In which case, what's... Poke dollars? Are you serious? Is it really Poke dollars? Are you serious? What is it in the original Japanese game? How do they translate it? Because I'm guessing it's dollars for the US readers, right? So they would say like, oh yeah, Americans have dollars, so it's polka dollars. In the Japanese, is it poke yen? Is it poke yen? That's so freaking skewed and stupid. Poke yen maybe? Seriously? Oh my god. In which case, that currency exchange is crazy. Dear God, what is a 4-star hotel? So yeah, knowing, I think they just said dollar, polka dollar for Americans, but now knowing this is probably originally supposed to be yen, right? 1,200 poke yen for 2 nights. What is it? It's like roughly, I know the conversion changes roughly, but it's like yen's kind of like cents, like 100 yen is 1 cent. Kanto is in yen, so maybe Pokemon dollar, Japan. It being Japan. Okay. So if it's... Hold on, we need to do math. Well, one Pokeball is 200 Poké Dollars. So my own exchange was like 200 Poké Dollars is 20 USD. No, isn't it like 100 yen is a dollar roughly? So 200 is like $2. This is an exchange rate that I made up for the record. This is my own story anyway, so whatever. Okay, yeah, that's valid. I was wondering if this was like the rate in the game for some of the hotels. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, that's the rate in the game. We can do math and we can figure this out. But yeah, I think roughly like 100 yen is like $1. I think that's like an old classic conversion rate. It's not true or 100% accurate, but like roughly that's it. There's no inns in the game. This is a pure Lambda creation. Okay. But yeah, let's see. Let's look at the math here. So if one Pokeball is 200 Poké Dollars, which you're saying is roughly 20 USD. So we can basically cut off a 0 to get the currency exchange. So if you cut off a 0 here, then that's $120 for 2 nights. Oh, okay, that's not bad. $120 for 2 nights? That's just $60 a night. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's not a bad price at all. To be fair, these towns would for sure have Poke-Inns. Pokemon Yen is more accurate. The sign used is from the kanji for yen. I can't believe I was right with like, hey, in the original Japan is a Poke-Yen. That's so stinking cute. That's so stinking stupid and cute. Thank you for looking that up, Chatty Matty. That warms my heart. It's Poke-Yen in the original. Poké Dollars and Poke-Yen. Anyway, so yeah, it's roughly like 100 for Lambda's creation. This is roughly $120 for 2 nights, which is that's a nice cheap place to stay at. At least for a Cryptid here who's in Central Florida. You guys ever see Florida hotel rates? Yeah, 2 nights. But it's gonna be more than enough to stay, beat Brock, and see a little bit of pewter while I was at it. Live a little, you know? More than anything, I had to have at least a few battles while I was here besides Brock, both to up my wins and to get a bit more money. I had a good chunk of cash when I left home that I saved up, but between Pokeballs, potions, and the inn, the money was getting a little tighter than I would have liked. I like this, the reality of this is, you know, like when you're a little baby adult and you're setting off on your own for the first time and now you realize, I'm like, oh, budgeting, money, oh shit. You were vaguely referencing local inn prices in like Cleveland. Not that Pewter City would be like Cleveland though, thank God. The wiki is also saying this, Poké Dollar. So Poké Dollar is the correct term, but it's based on the yen. Thanks, Pokemon. Ooh, very interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Hold on. During breakfast the next morning, the innkeeper stopped by my table, trying to make some small talk. So, what's brought you up to Pewter, eh? Well, I'm here to challenge Brock. I'm becoming a trainer. Ah, another oak trainer, eh? He replied, hand perpetually stroking his beard. I think he missed the here. I wonder if he ever shaved it. Yeah, well, I kinda was looking to do it since I was a kid. That made the guy laugh. Really, I don't mean to sound like he was a jerk or anything. He was a pretty nice guy. Well, I'm sure Sam's happy that his boy's taking up his old line of work, he replied. It was weird hearing Gramps called by any other name than Gramps. After another minute, the innkeeper continued. There's word about fossils being stolen from the mountain nearby. Keep yourself safe, kid. Also, the character Oleana uses Garbodor. Oleana literally uses a trash Pokemon? Oleana loves trash. Brock, Pewter Gym's Bizarro leader, is all about rock-type Pokemon, and you can immediately tell from walking into the gym. Should it be a dash here, instead of a comma? I don't know if it should be that little dash. I'm not quite sure. And you can immediately tell from walking into the gym. Boulders, rocks, stones, and pebbles were all over the place. Pillars of rock, granite floor, even seats carved out of rock. Rocks repeated twice. Here goes rock, granite, rock. I wonder if one of them could be stone. Pillars of rock, granite floor, even seats carved out of stone. That might be a little bit better here. The lights, you guessed it, salt lamps. Clearly no Did I say the lights? The lights, you guessed it, salt lamps. Clearly no expense spared on getting as much rock matter into the building as possible. I was pretty glad that I had Squirtle right about now, because it was clear to me that he could make quick work of things. Boy, the mountain thieves will be significant in chapter 3. Let me guess, they have red and blue hair and a talking cat. Is that when we see Team Rocket? Is that when we see Team Rocket? That'll be exciting. It wasn't. Fuck. Make quick work of things. There's always a few other trainers hanging around in gyms, acting like there's some kind of big deal too, because they can just kind of hang around a gym leader. I was never about that. It's much more fun to become a big deal the real way, by being good. So I skipped around the couple of amateurs who probably just got beaten by Brock and stepped right up to the big guy himself. Brock turned to look at me. Eyes squinted like he was already passing judgment. I'll always remember exactly what he looked like the day I met him, having no clue that he would become a good friend down the line. The bulkiest pair of cargo pants I'd ever seen. A bright orange and black turtleneck, spiked hair that put my own cut to shame, and a pretty nice pair of shoes that matched his shirt. Really? I could kill for a pair like that still. So this is, again, a really long run-on sentence. Again, I would split it up a bit. You know, I actually haven't decided if it'll be Jesse and James specifically. I have an old Pokemon fanfic on Wattpad. It's based on X and Y and my OC, but you never finished it! The eternal fanfic writer's curse, right? Sometimes we have those old works up and they don't finish it. It happens. Do you guys ever follow those fanfics and you like followed it for years, or you like subscribed to it years and years and years ago, and then like a decade later, suddenly the author posts an update? Oh my god. I've had that happen once, and it's like the greatest feeling in the world when you're subscribed to something, you almost forget about it, and then like years and years and years later, they suddenly post an update to it, and you're like, you drop everything to go and reread it, because it's been so many years, right? You gotta reread it from the beginning to like catch up. I had that happen once. It was fantastic. Well, what do you want? He asked me. What do you mean, what do I want? I'm here for the frickin' badge. Looked me over again. You're new. It wasn't an insult or anything. Just a statement. Would it be cool here? This is just a suggestion. It's not an editor or critique. It wasn't an insult or anything. Just a statement. I took it as an insult, though, right? Like something about like how he took it as an insult anyway. That could be funny. You might fix it and finish it? Oh my goodness. You loved the story since it was following an interesting storyline with an evil team that clones Pokemon. Oh, that could be good. That could be good. You and Lambda could team up. You guys could both be the Pokemon fic writers in the Discord. Yeah, what about it? Call me Blue, everyone else does. I wanted to shake his hand, but all he did was smile and point at me. It seemed like he was very amused by himself. Myself? And maybe the whole world while we're at it. Not yet. You gotta beat me first, he replied. Shouldn't take long, you know? This is just Mewtwo's origin? Oh. You're a confident one. Guess you could say that. Good thing to have for a new trainer, he stated. Let's see if it's misplaced. I've never lost a match. Blue, we know you're full of shit. Ah, that's where my idea came from, but the evil team was called Team Gene. I've never lost a match. With that, we both stepped back a bit and grabbed one of our Pokeballs. Battling amateur trainers was one thing that I had already gotten used to. A gym leader, though? This was new. Exciting. I was counting on Squirtle to make some headway, so he was my first choice against Brock. Not only was he slightly stronger than my Pidgey or Rattata, but I was hoping that his bubble move would be enough to take out whatever he'd throw at me all on its own. It was a great read on my part, even if it is a basic one. Brock's own first choice, a Geodude, didn't look like a pushover. Still, one good water move would be enough to get a strong start to this battle. We'll ignore the fact the boss was called Dan, which is just rearranged DNA. That is absolutely something they would do in the Pokemon universe. Waiter, more unreliable narration, please. I need a refill. Still, one good water move would be enough to get a strong start to this battle. Squirtle, use Bubble. Really, I was hoping for a repeat of my match with Red when I busted out Bubble for the first time. And I was not disappointed. His Geodude was hit pretty hard, and I thought for sure I had him in one go. That was not the case, and I found myself confused with Brock's next move. Geodude, Defense Curl. I didn't get it. Why willingly sacrifice a hit on me? Squirrel went for a tackle next, which I thought would finish the job, but again, that Geodude stood strong. I wonder if that should be a semicolon. Again, another defense curl. Figured I wasn't going to sit around all day and wait for this Geodude to tire out Squirtle, so I had to be proactive. Alright, Squirtle, growl. It didn't actually hurt Brock's Geodude, outside of maybe rattling him up. Finally, Brock retorted with a tackle, which gave Squirtle a bit of a hit, but nothing he couldn't shake off now. I figured I had to end with another bubble, and sure enough, that finally did it. Down went his Geodude as Brock stood there, a small puddle of water at his feet from Squirtle's attack. Well played. I love the fact that in Lumiose City, I put a battle that destroyed the street. Good job, OC. Your Charizard Mega Evolves and blows up the street like a savage. Your destruction of public property, no! With that, Brock withdrew Geodude, took a greater step back, and unleashed an Onix. Bigger than just about any other Pokemon I had seen before. Really, he was a bit intimidating, and although I thought Squirtle could take him, I decided to switch him out for the Pidgey in the meantime. This, too, warranted a response from Brock. Interesting choice. I'm wondering here if we could have another line or two of description for the Onix, because yeah, this is the biggest thing he's ever seen. It is intimidating. It's also having that maybe another line or two of description of like how massive an Onix is. Is it like shaking the ground that they're on in this gym as it moves? Is it towering up? Does it have like a shadow cast over Blue here? Like having that physical line description of like how crazy it is to see such a huge, intimidating Pokemon could really bring this paragraph up to the next level. So he says, interesting choice. As I would quickly learn, this was a mistake. I should have known in hindsight. He looked as confident as I usually do when I switched. Ignoring the fact that his Onix was at least 30 times as big as Pidgey, he could also hit back twice as hard. A couple quick attacks aren't going to do any good when his Onix takes it like a champ before punching back with the force of a landslide. Just like that, Pidgey had been knocked out twice in just a few days. I started feeling pretty bad for the guy, to tell you the truth. Worst of all, Brock looked at me with an amused smile as I withdrew Pidgey, like he found it funny. I would never match a flying type against a rock type, just so you know. Pidgey had managed a few good hits on Onix, so I figured it was up to Squirtle to finish the job. Out he came again with an eager look on his ridiculous but battle-hungry face. All I had to do was get that Onix down in time before he hit back with another two-timer punch. Two-timer punch. For me, like a two-timer is like someone who cheats. Is it referred to this way in the Pokemon games when they can do like a two-hit in one move? Or would it just be like a two-time punch? I'm not quite sure. That would be something for the Pokemon experts to discuss in chat. Alright, Squirtle, I said to him. You know what to do. Bubble 'em. Again, out came those big globs of water, firing towards Onix as they landed against the gym floor, making another puddle in the process. Any defensive move or bide wasn't going to cut it this time. Just like that, the 28-foot towering Onix was down and out, beaten by a Squirtle that barely got up to my knee. With that, Brock looked at me, nodded in some sort of approval as his Onix returned to his Pokeball. Not bad, he stated bluntly. Not bad at all, especially for a newbie. Think you just worded it badly? Yeah, that's fine. Learned to make me want to finish and revamp my fanfic. Thank you. You already have enough work to do, Chatty Matty. You have so many projects you're working on. Time's outside a little past midnight. Like I say, like, oh yeah, not bad, especially for a newbie, when really the only thing effective Blue has done is use Squirtle's bubble against rock Pokemon. Oh, like, Blue, don't be getting the big head here. I couldn't help but smirk back. Yeah, ain't bad, huh? You got some stuff to learn, but you got it, he stated, walking over to a small sort of work area and handing me a little box. Well, there's your badge, and a few other things for beating me. Oh, in the game? Is it just two? Is it just two Pokemon for this battle? Aren't some of the battles like 3 Pokemon, or am I completely making that up? Your brain is ready. Yeah, just 2. How interesting. See, I didn't know that. I immediately opened the box, already thrilled with what could be inside. There it was, a shiny Boulder badge. 1,500 Pokédollars, and a TM disc with bide TM number 34. I don't know if I said this last, the TM disc with bide TM number 34. I don't know what that is. For this battle, it's just 2. More Pokemon come in the further you get in the game, which, you know, makes sense. Okay. Misty Sisters, here's the badge. Ash, but we haven't battled? Yeah, but our Goldeen only knows Peck, and your Pikachu will fry him. So what's the TM disc? TM number 34. I didn't know if I had a Pokemon that could actually learn Bide yet, but it was still exciting. There wasn't any Pokemon that even sold the Bide TM that I knew of. All I could say was, wow. Anyone at Chatty Matty, Lambda, do you guys want to tell me what's the TM disc? What does that do? Is it like training? Is it like a move? Do you like give the little disc to your Pokemon and they learn a move? Is that what it is? Is it a training disc? So if you got rid of the 0 here, it's basically he won 150 bucks. Okay. All I could say was wow. Brock gave another silent nod, flashing a curious smile. You're good, and you could be a lot better if you train more, he said. If you want to practice a bit, you know where to find me. Kanto needs strong trainers. It's the moves. TMs are technical moves. They teach moves to Pokemon. Oh. And it's a disc. So what do you in the world, what do you do? Do you like have a Are the Pokemon like little iPad kids and you just like load up the disc on their iPad and they learn? I'm having PTSD at the HMs, hidden moves. So you give your little Pokemon an iPad and you load up your training, your technical moves disc, and then they learn. Well, it's not really known what TMs are like in universe, so you get to decide. Oh, hey, that's perfect. This is what fanfic it's for. It's for fixing all these little questions that we have. That's perfect. I was just asking because it could be something really obvious, but again, I haven't played the game, so that's why I wanted to ask. Hey, what are you gonna do? My guess is that they're like training programs. They just teach the moves. There's over 150 as of Violet and Scarlet. They're Pokemon workout DVDs. So then, yeah, they are kind of like little iPad Pokemon. You just load up the little DVD or the little disc, and it shows them how to do it. That's fantastic. They're little iPad babies. They're represented as CDs in the early games, so my guess is that they change with time. Since this is set mid-1990s, they'll be 3.5-inch floppy disks. Isn't it crazy? There was some people are talking with the kids, and they're like, oh, like it was like the put a finger down challenge, and they're like, oh, put a finger down if you've ever like used a floppy disk, or it was like put a finger down if you know what a floppy disk is. And you know, some of the like younger people and stuff, they're like, oh, I know what it looks like. It's like the little square, and it's like a little old like saving or something icon, but I don't actually know what it does. And I was just over here like, there are kids out, they don't even know. Like, I would understand, like, yeah, they don't work with floppy disk anymore. Floppy disks were already kind of going out when I was, you know, a little baby Cryptid, right? But to actually not know what a floppy disk is or what it does, that's kind of crazy to me. I'm like, oh god, time is going forward. Time just keeps passing us by. This is crazy. Hands up if you were traumatized by the Windows loading sound. Oh my god. Here, Pikachu, watch this DVD to learn how to fly. Or you surf when you evolve into Raichu, right? If I do a story 1980s or something, maybe they be VHSs or those bigger floppy disks. What's actually crazy, I was me and Roots work, we have our own embroidery and sewing business, right? We do patches and stuff. For a while, I was actually also, because I thought it would give me more experience. It did not, but anyway. I worked as a salesperson selling embroidery machines for, fuck, I'm forgetting the company right now. I'm blanking out on it because it's late and I'm tired. But I was selling it, and one of the things is that you also stand there, and if any, you know, of the old ladies who comes in with their sewing or embroidery machines from that company comes in, you help them out with stuff, right? Dark joke, but if Germany is the fatherland and Russia is the motherland, was World War II a very bad divorce? Yeah, I've seen that joke before. There was some old lady who came in, had a very, very, very old embroidery machine. This embroidery machine was one of the first, like, digital ones, right? Like, it was like digitized and stuff. It still had those like computer components, but it was very, very early. It actually used floppy disks for that machine, and she was like, oh yeah, some of the files here got corrupted and stuff. She needed like some technical assistance with it because it was facing some tech issues. But that old embroidery machine had still been working up until she had this one tech issue that we then sent off for maintenance and stuff, right? Like, that's insane. Some of these old machines that are still like out there and working. But yeah, I actually got to see and handle an embroidery machine that used floppy disks. That's insane. It was so cool. It's not pronounced whooper. It's pronounced whopper, right? It's pronounced whopper. Can learn ice punch. It has no arms. How does this work? Letting EXE is malfunctioning. I assume in my head, I always thought some of the names were like, yeah, that's just the name of the move, even if it's not executed that way. So it might be called Ice Punch, but it just like headbutts you. Yeah, punches with his face. It's just that even though it's not dealing with a fist, it's the move is still called Punch. That's how in my little kid head I always thought of it when I saw those Pokemon cards. Nidoqueen can't breed. How? I didn't know that. No, it is Wooper. It is pronounced Wooper, not Whopper. It's pronounced Wooper? Are you serious? King Cow, you're not fucking with me? The little blue guy? The little blue guy? The little... You're not? It's pronounced Wooper? Are you guys serious? I thought it was pronounced Whopper. No. Am I thinking the little blue guy is a stupid little smiley face? Yeah, Nidoran female and Nidorina can, but Nidoqueen can't. It's wild. Worst fact, Wailord can breed with Skitty? No. A whale can breed a kitty. I'm scared. Yeah, it's Wooper. I don't even... Seriously? Well, can't anything breed with Ditto as long as it's breedable? Because Ditto can breed with anything, right? That's how people, like, get the specific Pokemon they want. I don't know, man. I don't know where I got in my head that it was pronounced Whopper. I feel like I'm crazy now. Anyway, let's continue. We're almost done. Sorry. Sorry, Lambda. I got off track. All I could say was, wow. Brocky... Wait. Kanto needs strong trainers. Yeah, of course, Brock. Good battling and all. Things were a bit quiet after that, other than telling him I'd be in the city for a couple days before finally leaving Pewter Gem for a quick Poke Center visit. Boulder badge freshly pinned on jacket. Here, yeah, this one's a little bit wrong on the Boulder badge freshly pinned on jacket. Feels a little bit off from the rest of the sentence. I would make this thing its own thing. As I made my way up to Nurse Joy, I could see her eyes light up. Oh, you beat Brock? Congratulations! I bet you must feel pretty proud of your Pokemon. I looked at her as a smile stretched across my face. Yeah, I said. I sure am. That's such a nice ending. I like this ending. This is a good one. This is great. And again, anyone can't. My Ditto was daddy to many. Oh, those poor Dittos. They were put to some hard work in the Pokemon daycares. What was it? But yeah, otherwise, I think we pointed out some like little things, little fixes here and there. And I had like little suggestions, but overall, I really like it. I'm still really happy with this. And then yeah, so this one, I would say the tense is mostly past tense, and then there was just like one or two parts where I was like, oh, like fix the tenses here. But this one mostly was like, oh yeah, this is Blue in the future talking about the story here. This one was mostly past tense. I don't remember. I'd have to see the first chapter if the first chapter was mostly written in past tense or present tense. I just forget, you know, so I would just double check that's consistent. Chapter 2 was very fun to write. I bet it's very fun to read. This is the start of his rise to power, his rise to greatness. You posted a video, Cryptid? Enjoy? Oh, in the Discord? Posted it in the Discord? And... oh, something about the Pokemon breeding? Oh, no. Oh. Hi, Koizetsu. It's good to see you. How's it going? We just finished up reading the second chapter for this Pokemon fanfic. It was really good. Chat, have you ever wanted to have twins and then divorce your wife and split the twins between the two of you so that they never knew of their twin sister's existence? No. I'm guessing this is in reference to something. This isn't like in reference to a particular like anime or show or book or something. It's Pokemon breeding pairs. I'm not able to see Magikarp the same now. Oh, is Callie in? Yes, hello, Callie. It's good to see you. So, oh, the Skywalker? Are you talking about Star Wars? What about Star Wars? Didn't he do more than just divorce his wife? Didn't she fucking die? No, I was thinking The Parent Trap. Yes, that also happens in The Parent Trap. Yeah. That movie's fucked up. That was a fucked up concept. Hello, welcome on back. It's good to see you. But yeah. And not even, like, not even staying in the same area, but, like, they split up the twins and then they, like, move to different parts of the world. You know what I mean? Yes, but Padme dying is still a divorce. That's a forced divorce. You're like, we're divorcing whether you want us to or not. You are dead to me now, literally. That's bad. Oh no. What was I saying? But yeah, that is this one done. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope some of my little suggestions helped. Let me go up here. Where was this? Hold on. This was Jumping Jack Flash Chapter 2. We can go ahead and delete that. We got all of Chapter 2 done today. Wow. That's our second today. Chatty Matty, Book 1, Chapter 4. I'm going to want to start the stream with we can have more time to like get further into the chapter. I don't know if anyone has a shorter one. The scripts are pretty short, but I'm not sure if you intend still here. We've already done 10 today. So maybe... How is it? The Force. This is a sanctioned divorce. Anakin. And this is why I turned to Darth Vader. Definitely an extreme form of separation. Chapter 3 is in the works. It opens with a museum heist. That's exciting, Lambda. That's really cool. I really enjoy this. Even though I never played the games, it's still really enjoyable, actually, like, reading through all this. I really do love... I love all the people who submit their fanfics for critique and story time here. It's really fun to read. Thank you so much for submitting it. So I'll get out of this. We're back on my... There we go. We have some more stuff there on my writing done. That tells me I'm succeeding. If you haven't played it and you can still enjoy it, I think that means it works. Absolutely. I definitely think your character voice is really compelling, and it makes it fun to read along, even though I don't know all the stuff that happens or necessarily about the world. It's so fun still reading about it through through Blue's point of view, because he is he is such a funny little shit. My Sith in Star Wars. I don't know all the Star Wars stuff. I don't know all the acronyms. I'll take the Eternal Throne, the Sith Emperor. I'll take your body, a Sith. So, you want to change into a tentacle lady? Wait, what? Is submissions just drop it in the one channel? Yes, in story submissions you just drop it in. The only rules are, again, no generative AI and no sexy smut spicy stuff. I don't like reading that live on stream. You just drop it on in as long as it follows those rules. If it's a long submission, I might not read the whole thing in one go. I'll just read a couple of pages and give critique. And then if you would like me to continue reading it for another stream, then you just resubmit it. That's all it works. That's all it is. Does it have to be a Google Doc? It does not have to be. You can do other documents too, as long as I can open them. Some people, I have had trouble sometimes when it's a not Google Doc. I don't know exactly which ones have had trouble, but sometimes there has been some trouble opening a few other types of documents. So if you can do a Google Doc, that seems to work the best. But it's not a requirement. It's all good. My sis is the same species as Ashoka. Ashoka is a tentacle lady? Are you talking about like her head little thingies? Her head thingy, do those kind of tentacles? They don't really have like the little suckers on them, do they? They're just like hair thingies. Yeah, it's a bit of a chunky prologue. Bob's cat? Are you talking about Bobicus? Schwippy. Here's your shippy. Here's your zippy. Thank you for the hydrate. I can use Google Docs, but I swear by Microsoft Word 2007 because I've used it for almost 20 years now and I'm not giving anyone a dime for something else. Totally understandable. And hey, like I said, I prefer normally writing pen on paper. That's how I really like doing my writing. That's what I found most best and most comfy for me. I'm a pen and paper kind of gal. But yeah, it's whatever works for you. I can try if you want to submit it in Google Docs for Google Docs. And the Word first, I can see next stream if I can open it. And as long as I can open it, then it's fine. That's all I care about. But otherwise, we did the full script today, and we did the full chapter 2 for that Pokemon fanfic. You actually wrote your earliest stories on a manual typewriter? Oh, that sounds so cool and aesthetic. I love the aesthetic and the vibes of using a typewriter, and those are actually coming back. There's a lot of people going back to typewriters because of that. They really like them. It's just the noise for me. I know the noise would bother me. The people who like clackety keyboards would probably do really good with typewriters. For me, I don't like loud keyboards and I don't like loud I know the noise would bother me. Oh my goodness, but I wish I was cool enough that I could do that. Oh, I don't know. It was held for aggression, Chatty Matty, sorry. I forgot I had to change the permission on the Google Doc. That's why it was a link and not showing anything. Oh, what? Hey, good for you for figuring it out, though. I've had several typewriters. Went through a collector phase, and some are pretty quiet. Really? How quiet are they? Like could you hear them like in the next room over? Oh, why did the lights flicker? Oh dear God. I should take my own advice and read my story out loud sometimes to catch things. Do as I say, not as I do. That's what I think is really helpful for some people here, because I'm reading it aloud here on stream. It's easier to catch when some of like the word flow or the sentence flow is a little bit off. It's really, really helpful. Quoting is now aggression. It was like trying to what was it? Fuck. It was the "I will obliterate you," that little quote. It was like, oh, held back for aggression. That's just obliterate. What? I think the portable one was just like a little click when the type bar hit the page. Are you serious? There's not loud typewriters? This is groundbreaking for me. Hold on. I didn't know this was an option. If there are quiet typewriters, then I just might waste a lot of money buying some typewriters. Wait, hold on. Like similar to a rubber band snapping in volume, if that's too much though. No, I think that's pretty fine. Are you in the Discord? You're in the Discord, right? You're in the Discord now? There is a section in the Discord. Let me see what section it's in. There's hobbies, or there's even just chatting in general. Those are some of the sections in the Discord. Yeah, about typewriters. Silent typewriters feel like not so much. It doesn't need to be silent, but at least not too loud. If you ever take like a video, like just on your phone with the audio, of these quieter typewriters, and you post in the Discord, I would genuinely love to see, like, I want to see how loud this is. And if it's quiet enough, then like, holy shit, chat, I might get a typewriter. This is dangerous. Someone uses a typewriter? Yeah, Death's Head 419 has multiple typewriters, they're saying. And they're saying one of them, this portable one, is quieter than some of the others. Alas, that one took a trip from the shelf to the floor and is no longer with us. Oh, I'm devastated. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Death's Head, I'm so sorry. That happened with Mama Cryptid, her sewing machine she bought when I was a baby Cryptid. It was a Singer sewing machine. It was a Singer one, or was a Janome? I don't know how you say it. It might have been a Janome. She bought that when I was a baby Cryptid, like itty bitty baby Cryptid, and she sewed my clothes when I was a little baby Cryptid, right? She made me like a lot of cute dresses and stuff. She had that all the way up until I came back from college, and I had maybe just started the business with Roots, so we're talking about like in my mid-20s, maybe mid-20s. That's how long she had this machine. Perfect working condition and everything. And one day when I was back home, she was sewing and sewing and sewing. She was sewing so much, and the um table was vibrating a little bit with the sewing power. It was going, and it was moving towards the edge of the table a little bit. And she was like, oh, and she wasn't paying attention. And it so close that it went and it fell off the table, and it was one of the good machines. It had a metal interior, which if you guys look at sewing machines, the more and more recent ones and cheaper ones, they keep getting rid of some of the metal parts to replace them with plastic. Um, and it completely dented and dinged a lot of the internal metal parts for this machine. It was toast. It was busted. Mama Cryptid cried and cried and cried, devastated, heartbreak, right? Like losing a loved member of the family, right? Horrible. I felt so bad. Papa Cryptid felt so bad. Papa Cryptid just took her and brought her to the sewing studio, which is one of the fancy shops in Central Florida here, like fancier than Joann's, but think kind of like it's a crafting and sewing place like Joann's. Uh, had to get her a new sewing machine, and we still have that machine that dropped, and the interior is no longer working stuff, right? It's just like this little this little thing we have like place of honor. Like taxidermy, but it's a sewing machine. Just to remember it by. Oh my goodness. But devastation over losing and dropping something like that, you know? You learned how to type on your grandmother's typewriter. So many stories typed up on that. That's so cool. That said, you dropped a crock pot my family had for more than 30 years while doing dishes once. Broke my heart to see it ruined. Oh, I bet. Des said, you're having some bad luck here with dropping some important things. First the crock pot and then this typewriter. You need to be careful. Props for using one? I could never. Found a YouTube short of someone using a similar model. Where do I post that in the Discord? You can just post it either in chatting, like in the general. You can do it in hobbies. Either of those two, whichever one you want. I'll check it after stream ends. Because I am so interested. Hearing that they're not all super loud, hearing that there's some quieter models, I'm like, that sounds fucking cool. That sounds fucking dope as fuck. Should I be spending money on a typewriter? No. Am I really tempted to, though? Absolutely. I mean, these happened like more than a decade apart. We're talking about things falling. It's a curse. Every decade you're gonna drop something. Oh no. The dark academia loving part of my brain wants a typewriter so badly, right? It seems so aesthetic. It seems so cool. Is anyone next? I'm not quite sure. I just remembered I have to deal with a weird character interaction with my characters Orpheus and Clara again. Chapter 3, Book 3 will be interesting. Let's see, what time is it? It is... Oh, it's past 12:30 in the morning. I don't know. We have a lot of work to do tomorrow. I might end the stream here, and then next stream we'll start with Chatty Manic, because they have Chapter 3 that we're gonna go through, and I'll try to be more in-depth with. So I think the stream will end here, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and reading some stories, and listening, and giving your own feedback, and telling me about Pokemon lore. Oh, Chapter 4, my bad. Sorry, Chatty Manic. I got the numbers mixed up. I think I was reading book 3 so much that I misplaced the 3. But otherwise, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a warm, cozy night. I hope you guys all get comfy and cozy. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!